The Chicago Bears just finished off a crazy first week of free agency, but not just the Bears, the whole NFL. A lot of moving parts from trades to signings, you name it. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about each one of the Chicago Bears free agent signings and a lot more right after
Stand out or lay down and get smacked with the pole.
By this time, everybody on that roster should know what it means to beat the Packers. It's simple.
Oh, if I was a coach, Justin Fields would have been balling from day one.
If you're tuning in to the Black Bear Podcast, I appreciate it. Hit that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. I got the fellas in the building with me. I got my guy Devin to the right. I got my guy Wes at the bottom, man. How y'all feeling?
I'm good, man. You know, I'm at the bottom of the map, but we still bear down here in the desert.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you feeling, Devin? You ready to get into some?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. So first things first, the first signing of the week was DeAndre Swift. Let me pull it up for y'all so the fans can see it. Chicago Bears off-season additions. First, we're going to jump into DeAndre Swift. We signed him for a 3-year, $24 million deal. He was a free agent signing. As y'all can see on the screen, we got all of the signings, all of the trades on the screen. We're going to get into each one, some more than others. I'm going to kick it off. DeAndre Swift, look, he was a former Lion. We know him well. We've seen him before. I ain't gonna say he was a bear killer like that dude Aaron Jones was in Green Bay, but he definitely solid. I mean, I think he brings versatility to the backfield. I wasn't a big fan of Khalil Herbert. I don't know about y'all. Khalil Herbert and Roshan Johnson kind of scream upgrade, right?
Yeah.
My honest opinion, you know, we already talked, Mark. I like it. I like Swift. I like him even when he was the Lions. I had him on my fantasy team 2 years in a row. He's a producer. He's gonna produce. And yes, I like Khalil Herbert and I like Roshan Johnson. But what's better than having both of them?
Exactly.
In one player.
I feel like they was a little bit underwhelming. I'm gonna just go over some stats for him. Last year, DeAndre Swift had his best year of his career rushing the football. He had 1,000 yards, 1,049 to be exact. That was a career high. He had 5 touchdowns. He had the most carries in one season of his career with actually don't got his carries here. What was it?
I think it was
229. I had it at 229.
229 carries, yep. And he had 39 catches to go along with that, with 1 receiving touchdown. 4.6 yards per carry on the ground.
Look, 3 times 4 is 12, and that's a first down every time.
Every time. You can get that man. You can get that man the ball every time. You're gonna get a first down. I dropped a reel on some of his just some little plays that he had, and the dude versatile. He is not like he's not Deontay Foreman.
Absolutely.
I love Deontay Foreman. Deontay Foreman was my guy, but he not him. He give us a little more in the pass game. Like I said, I think his career high for catches was 62 in a season. It wasn't this past season.
No, it wasn't.
But also, if you notice, if you look at all of his years, he has been a receiving threat in every single one of his years. The lowest number of receptions he had ever in any year was 39. And for a running back, that's pretty good. That's better than all of our running backs were. I think the next person was Roshan Johnson. I think he had 31 catches last year.
Damn,
so
did he have 31?
And if I remember correctly, he had 31 catches with 41 targets. So he caught most of the things thrown his way.
Okay. Damn, Roshan.
But that's what I'm saying.
We ran a lot of screen passes last year.
Right. You get that versatility in both. He can catch that ball and he can run it, and he's a patient runner. I looked at a bunch of, like I said, I had him on my fantasy team. I watched a lot of them. I watched him with Detroit. And I just like he got that like Le'Veon Bell patience. Like he waits for
Yeah.
those holes to open up, and he
Mm-hmm.
hit them. He hit them. He don't look like he's moving fast, but he got that speed. He got that wait for that hole to open up, and when he see it,
Sometimes that patience is better than that speed.
it's better than just ducking your shoulder down and trying to push those linemen like that. That's kind of hard. That to me, that's
So we gave him a 3-year deal for 24 million. Now we all, like I said, not just the Bears, everybody was making moves. So when you look at that contract compared to Josh Jacobs,
say it.
just gave the
Yeah,
man 4-year, 48 million. Saquon Barkley, I forget what he got. It was like a 3-year, 37 or
36 million.
35,
36, I
30,
six.
think.
36. My question for y'all boys is this: would you prefer to pay the 8 million a year, the 3-year 24 deal we gave DeAndre Swift, or you want to take a swing at because in my opinion, Barkley's better. I think Josh Jacobs is better too, but not Josh Jacobs, I'm not giving him 4-year 48. What y'all thinking about the contract? I mean, Derrick Henry, what did he get from Baltimore? It was like a
I think I
two-year,
saw 22.
22, something like that. So what y'all thinking compared to the other guys that was on the market, which the Bears were in on Saquon Barkley? We just got outbid. What y'all thinking?
My opinion is like as much as I was leaning towards Saquon, he is a little bit older. Not a whole lot, but like this guy's Swift has really only been in the league for like I think something like 4 or 5 years. And so he's kind of right
All
in
right.
that pocket of like you. And if you look at his like progression, he is right in that area where he can really have his next breakout season as long as he gets the usage that he needs. Because that was the thing that I noticed. If you look back at his years in like Detroit, his yards weren't even close to 1,000 yards, and it's
No.
because his carries were nowhere near what they were last year.
Yep.
So when he was utilized properly, then he had a great year. So as long as the Bears can figure out how they need to utilize him, I could see it being a huge sign.
Wes, what you thinking about the signing compared to, like we
Uh,
said, the other
com-
running
com-
backs that got money?
comparatively, because Saquon is like, yeah, you get Saquon Barkley, you get that name, but I hate to be the one that say the best ability is accountability.
Uh,
I know we hate that, but come on, you don't know if you're gonna have Saquon. King Henry, like they're questioning if he's still King Henry.
he is a lot slower. King Henry
You,
ain't
you know what I
King Henry.
mean?
He
That
like
that question.
Prince Henry.
I'm not knocking his legacy. I'm not knocking neither one of their talents at all.
Right.
But if we want to talk about Ryan Post, how we've been talking about him being the master chess player that he's shown us he could be, I think he hit it on the head. Josh Jacobs, I mean, I could have been fine with either one. And honestly, I'm more.
I was interested in Jacobs mainly also because dude is he grew up here. He's a Bears fan. It just it kind of rubs me the wrong way that he says that he goes out saying he's a Bears fan and he's saying how it would be cool to play in Chicago, and then he goes to the Packers.
Hey,
Like,
look, money
I mean,
talk.
I get that it's a business decision, and I have a buddy that is a Raiders fan. He was so pissed because he thought for sure that he was that they were bringing back Josh Jacobs, and I mean, I didn't even want to say that. Like, I'd heard that he'd been interested in Chicago because, like, I was just hoping, like, okay, if the Chicago Bears don't get him, I just hope that like my buddy gets to keep his running back, and then for him to go to the Packers, I just I was shocked when I saw that come
Yeah,
across.
yeah. I was upset. Obviously, we upset anybody going to the Packers.
I was
But
Well, but then
Go
then you
ahead.
see
Now go
what
ahead.
they did to Aaron Jones. It's like how you gonna just drop a guy like that?
hey,
You had a point you wanted to make, Wes?
yeah. To the point of what Devin was saying about utilization, I know we spoke about it the other day, Mark. We saw his press conference, and the main thing he kept saying is, The reason I came to Chicago is because they want me, right?
For
That's what he
sure.
said. And Devin, like you were
Mhm.
saying, last year in Philly with his highest utilization, he's from Philly. He knew Philly wanted to see
Mhm.
him run the ball. That's his
Say,
home. No, Swift.
oh, Swift.
He's
Oh, that
he's
you
from
talking like,
Philly.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
from Philly. He was in front of his family and his friends. He felt wanted, right?
Right.
That's what he kept saying in his presence. And I feel like Chicago, we gonna you show up for the city of Chicago, we gonna show you like you invited to the picnic, you invited to the barbecue, bro. You family,
Especially if you're a
and we
running
gonna
back.
especially if you're a running back, you know, we gonna show you big love, and he's gonna feel that one. And I think that as long as Walden utilize him, give him those touches, get him those catches, I can't see why he can't replicate what he did last season, if not
Excel.
better.
If you watching in the if you watching in the chat, if you watching on YouTube, if you watching on Facebook, go ahead and hit that like button for subscribe to the channel. Hey, if you don't agree with what y'all hearing on the screen right now, go ahead and throw a comment in there. Let's talk about it. This is an open discussion for all Bears fans and even Packers fans or Vikings fans. If y'all want to go ahead and trot in here and give y'all 2 cents. So DeAndre Swift, best game last year was a 28 carry, 175 yards, 1 touchdown. I can't get his receiving yards yet, but I don't think did anybody have 175 yards for us last year?
I don't think
Hell
so.
no, I
No,
don't think so.
but I
I mean,
mean,
we
that's
we
again,
spent we had a lot of time where we like basically split down the middle. Like this person carries for the first like while, and this person does this. So
Running back
it's
by
a lot
committee.
harder to kind of like, yeah, it's kind of harder to like, and throw in the fact that we have Justin Fields, who he was the best rusher on the team last year.
For
So
sure. No,
it's a
no
lot
doubt.
harder to like really compare how the team would be with like, I feel like if you have that star caliber running back, which maybe Swift did, maybe he isn't, but if he's able to produce like this, then he has that potential to be the star caliber running back. Then maybe Justin Fields doesn't have to run all those games.
I mean, I could easily say, why not? Was he not just next to Jalen Hurts? Are we acting like Jalen Hurts and ain't a running quarterback?
I
How
mean,
much?
he is, but I don't know if he like I didn't really look at his rushing yards to see how many, because like he wasn't the primary rushing like offense for his team.
Oh,
So
oh.
I
You got to remember, Jalen Hurts took probably 6 touchdowns with the tush push from DeAndre Swift
true.
last year.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
stealing
right.
he was
It was
stealing food off the man plate.
still in fact, still in fact. And my whole thing is with that saying, it's like we talked about, the same caliber player. I don't want to get into the Caleb conversation just yet, but we're saying like if he can produce. I mean, he had a very capable running quarterback next to him, and he still produced these kind of
And
numbers.
he still did his
And just
thing.
like you said, Mark,
Exactly.
and they had the tush push with the Kelsey brother, who was, I mean, they wanted to
He's
outlaw it.
one of my
You
favorite
know what I
players.
mean? You know, they wanted to outlaw the tush push because it was just so effective. And he
So
still had these kind of productive numbers. I
so
mean, what
how much of those numbers do you think played how much do you think the O line played a role in those numbers? Because the Eagles, Detroit, I think they got what the top
they,
5 best offensive lines in the league, right?
they do?
How much of a factor do y'all think? And it obviously it played a factor. If you got a good O line,
Yes,
open up
yes,
holes, it makes the
yes,
Yeah.
running back job easy.
yes.
What I'm really asking is, do you think the Chicago Bears O line is not as good as the Eagles? And even though the Eagles lost a few guys this year, you think we can replicate and open up? You think he can like? You think? Do you think the Chicago Bears O line will hinder his success? Is my question.
I think it's very possible. I think if he doesn't produce the numbers that he did in Philly, it would probably mainly be because of the O line and less of Justin Fields or Caleb Williams or whoever that's going to be. I don't think
Right.
that quarterback position is going to hinder his production. I think that O line would. I mean, I think we're doing a decent job trying to mitigate that. But like I
Mm-hmm.
said, as a patient runner, it's just like a quarterback who needs time in the pocket. He needs time for those holes to open up or even be there available. And if our O line can't create those holes or can't hold those blocks, where's he going to run to?
That's
Where's he
good.
going to go? And I think that hindered our running backs too, as far as not having a good O line to give them those spaces. We saw Roshan find some gaps last season where he had those flashes, and I think honestly, I think Khalil kind of felt like he wasn't gonna get those holes no more. They was, that light up in that tunnel was getting real small, and he didn't see no daylight. So he said, "I'm just gonna barrel into the back of whoever got the same jersey y'all got on and try to get three." And I think that was a major thing too. So that's why I'm like I said, I'm happy about this off season. I like what Poles is doing as far as actually addressing things because
Yeah.
I think the Bears in the last 35 years of the off seasons have not actually addressed what needs to be addressed.
The team needs. I
Yeah.
got one more question for y'all boys on DeAndre Swift, and we can go ahead and move on to our next free agent signing. Swift versus Monty. David Montgomery. We're paying him more than we offered David Montgomery when he was here. I think we offered Monty a 3-year, like 16 million or something like that. This is a 3-year 24. This is more than that. Who
So
would you
I was just
prefer?
thinking.
Who do you think is the better running back, and who would you prefer?
I was just thinking about David Montgomery like 3 minutes ago when you
Mm-hmm.
started talking about O line because he went up to Detroit. He had a monster year, and he
Mm-hmm.
was sharing responsibility with Jameer Gibbs,
Facts.
and he still had a great year. And all these Bears fans complaining, saying he could have been doing that for us, and I was one of those people saying no, he wouldn't. Like he would still be producing, just he would not be producing to that level because the Lions O line is a lot better at that than the Bears was. So as far as like I'm trying to look at it like I don't want to look too much into the past because he moved on. He made the decision to go to the
He
Lions,
definitely
and I'm
did. He
happy
made
for
that
his
decision.
success. He's he's a player that I enjoy watching when the Lions aren't playing the Bears. Like I was cheering for the Lions last year in the playoffs because one for their city, they haven't really been in that position for a while,
I heard that a
and
lot.
two because um I really enjoyed David Montgomery and I thought Sam Laporta was a great tight end and but when it came down to things like
Am I still in?
the O line,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
what's up?
Honestly, I can't hear y'all right now. I'll fix it in a minute. I beg to differ. Honestly, I would prefer to have Montgomery. I mean, like I said, Chicago love. We love our running backs, man, and I
Yes,
just I
sir.
just love them.
Hmm.
They're gonna. A lot of people, throw that generational talent kind of thing out there, but let's talk about what he did when he was here. When he
Mm-hmm.
didn't have that great O line, he
Mm-hmm.
still was
Beast,
a,
wasn't he?
a
Hmm.
dog. So to say, oh, he did it because he went to Detroit, no, no, we knew. And am I saying that we should have paid him if we could? In the words of my uncle, if I got paid that day, yeah, I would have given him his money back. If I got paid that day, but we ain't had the money. We didn't have
Yeah.
it. Like it was that off week.
I
We get
I
paid.
agree.
It was an off week on the paycheck, so we couldn't have paid him even if we wanted to be able to continue to build.
Yep.
And like I said, sometimes you gotta, let go. Let it sucks. It
I
do,
agree
but as
with that.
far as yeah, as far as he is as a running back, as a player, oh man, all day long. I compare him. Compared to Matt Forte, like as far as that Bears running back, like I put him in that line of like historical Bears running backs that we done had.
Matt was different. Matt Forte was different. That man was damn near Christian McCaffrey before Christian McCaffrey.
Don't let the 49ers fans hear you say that, but
It's a stretch because McCaffrey had 1,000 receiving yards, 1,000 rushing. Not this past season, but at his peak in Carolina, I think he had 1,000 rushing, 1,000 receiving. That shit is unheard of. The only running back I know was getting close to that is Matt Forte when he was with us. He was a versatile back. Wes,
Yep.
you muted right now, just so you know. There you go. There you go. We can hear you. Oh, and then this, I'm glad they put this in the chat because this just happened. I wanted to drop the breaking news, a defensive end.
Jake Martin.
Hey, let's do it just for the hell of it. I don't have anything on him. I don't know if y'all boys. Chicago Bears agree to terms with defensive end Jake Martin. I'm not sure where he came from or where he was, but he was a Colt. He was a former Colt, defensive end for the Colts. I'm sure it's just a depth piece. He's 28 years old, had 15 starts over 6 seasons, so he wasn't really a starter. He played for the Seahawks, played for the Broncos, the Jets, and the Colts was his last team. So the Bears, look, Ryan Poles still making moves even after that crazy week. Appreciate you, Topher Grace, if that's how you say your name. I appreciate you jumping in the chat with that info because I forgot to get that out there. But back up, definitely a depth piece for that D line, which we will talk about because I feel like Ryan Poles ain't really addressed that D line. That D line is an issue for the Chicago Bears. I'm a D line guy, so I love defense.
I will point out that like one of the things I noticed a lot last year, and at first I didn't understand it, was there would be plays where I just wouldn't see like Montez Sweat, and he was a guy that the minute that we got him in a trade, I was wanting him. So like I wanted to figure out where he was, and there were quite a few plays where he just wasn't in. So what they do is they tend to like rotate around to kind of keep guys fresh, so that in the fourth quarter when their O line is a bit more tired, we can just keep pounding them with fresh legs. So having a solid depth piece, he's probably still going to get a decent amount of playing time if they continue to still do that this year.
The fact that you mentioned you say you can't hear. All right, go ahead. Hey, try to figure that out, Wes. We're gonna keep it going. The fact that you mentioned that Montez Sweat was like not on the field and something. Ryan Poles actually, and this is a fact. You can quote me on this. Anybody watching it, you can look it up. Ryan Poles actually had to go to Matt Eberflus and tell him, no more of that. No more keeping this dude off the field. We just gave him $98 million. What are you doing? So it's funny you mentioned that he was sometimes off the field.
I mean, I remember seeing that in certain things.
I just had to get that news out there. Topher Grace, he jumped in the chat and reminded me about that. Let's move on to our next free agent signing. I'm gonna pull it back up for y'all. And you can really choose where you want to go with this. You can go online if you want. We can go to Kevin. Let's go to Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard was technically not a free agency signing. He was actually signed, I think, Sunday before that following Monday of free agency. He was signed, and he was able to be signed because the Eagles released him. So we were able to go get him before the free agency period. There was no tampering or nothing like that going on. Signed Kevin Byard to a 2-year deal, $15 million. Now, I forget his name, but there was a Eagles beat reporter speaking on the DeAndre Swift, former Eagle, and the Kevin Byard signing, former Eagle. He wasn't too high on either of the signings, but I'm just like, dude, Kevin Byard came to y'all team mid-season and your defensive backfield was shit. Like, what did you expect him to do? He's 30 years old. He's on the end of his career. He's been in the league for 8 years. What did the Eagles really expect him to come and do for that defensive backfield? Not only that, but the Eagles had just moved on from Sean Desai, former Bears defensive coordinator, and added Matt Patricia, which I don't know why they did that. Matt Patricia was horrible with Detroit. It was obvious that he was not a good coach in any way, shape, or form. His players they did not like him in Detroit. So Eagles fans who are down on Kevin Byard, I feel like he doesn't warrant that type of criticism due to the fact that shit, without him, that backfield sucked. That defensive backfield sucked. So I got some stats on him. Go ahead. What you think about the Kevin Byard signing?
So the more I looked into it, the more I liked it. And in a way, the best way for me to look at it was to try and compare it to Eddie Jackson, who we released a few weeks back
Yep.
in order to get some cap space because he was getting to be a bit more expensive. I was trying to compare the types of players that they were, and while they both have their like good qualities and like being veterans and stuff like that and being able to help mentor, um, Kevin just looked like he had more tackles, and personally, that was one of the problems that I saw a lot with Eddie Jackson was just lackluster tackles, just not getting very many tackles, and
Right.
like number of tackle wise, Kevin had 122 total tackles
Wasn't that his
and
career
80
high?
solo. If I remember correctly, I think so, but it was really confusing because of his trade from the Titans partway through the year. But to get traded partway through the year and then continue to produce in a new system that you didn't even expect to have to learn, like that just shows that he's a pretty versatile defender and he can kind of like mesh well in a new system. So I like this sign.
So Wes, I know you jumped back in. You had some technical difficulties
I
that
could
happened.
talk, but I couldn't hear him, so
You,
I had
are
to.
you good right now?
Yeah, we good. We good. We good.
All right. So we moved on to Kevin Byard.
Yeah.
2 years, $15 million deal. He was drafted in 2016. He's 30 years old. This is the interesting thing I found, and the biggest difference between him and Eddie Jackson. The man has not missed a game in 8 years. He has not missed a game. He actually had his press conference, which I went live and watched that live with y'all. The Kevin Byard press conference. He also said in his press conference he has not missed a practice, not just a game. He said he ain't missed a practice for an injury. I'm like, God damn, you 30 years old, you're a safety, so you hitting dudes, and you ain't been. I mean, he's been hurt, but he ain't let it cost him no games. I think that's the biggest difference between him and Eddie Jackson to me. I think we needed a vet in that locker room because besides him, he's 30, but besides him, Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, and who am I missing? Brisker. They all 24 and under. I think Jalen Johnson will play the season at 25 years old, but you bring a 30-year-old vet who was a former All-Pro. He was an All-Pro in 2021. Come on, man. I
Not
don't
even
think
that long ago.
Exactly. So go ahead, Wes. What you think about the Kevin Byard signing?
I mean, I like it. Obviously, those kids need supervision. You know what I mean? They need some supervision.
With all that money, you need somebody to watch out for
you.
You
need somebody to watch those kids. I mean, and I'm not knocking them and calling them kids. I'm just saying they're young.
Right.
They unrefined. They need somebody to settle them down. They needed that veteran presence.
Right.
I'm not, I won't say I didn't like Eddie Jackson, but I was not too big on him anyway. He just got too comfortable. To me, he got too comfortable. You know, that cousin you invite to sleep on your couch, and you're like, dude, I thought you said a week.
They stopped helping you around the house. They
Yeah,
stopped cleaning up and stuff.
Yeah, the first week you was doing dishes, taking out trash. Now you just, watching anime and eating all the kids' cereal. That's all you doing. That's all you doing, Eddie, and that's how I felt. Like he felt like I said, like this ain't that that like I said that previous early 2000s Bears secondary with Peanut and Brown and like where you had to play to to stay.
Yeah,
it's like what's the worst they're gonna do? Who else they gonna get? Who else? What they gonna do? It wasn't no. I feel like Eddie he came in at a time where anything was better than absolutely having nobody.
Right.
And he did do some stuff. I'm not saying he's not talented, he's not good, and nothing like
Of
that. But
course.
um, for me, it's like, so what? Uh, Eddie, bye. Okay, cool, dude. All right. Okay. But I do like the fact, and a lot of people was want to say, he got what by his what is it? I think I got him down here for 8 years. He's been in the league or so,
Yes, sir.
something like that. That's not too old.
Mm-mm.
If we looking at all our contracts, a lot of our contracts has got that 2 to 4 year
Yep.
field.
You peep that
And
too? Yep.
I think that's what Pose is looking at. Like, I evaluate these guys in 2 to 4 years. And I think he still should be relevant enough to beat it. And like I said, he got. I mean, I got for Philly. He got 70 plus tackles. I got some pass deflections in there. I see some
Yep.
interception. And as a free safety, that's what you want. I mean, a free safety is your defensive supervisor. He's your last line of defense. He's
Yep.
watching what everybody else is doing. He don't need to worry
Yeah.
about pressuring the quarterback or the slant routes over the middle. He don't have to play the numbers on the edge and go. He's as everybody in front of me doing well.
Yep.
That's
And
all he needs to do.
his Titan coach, his coach for the Titans spoke about him on the 670 The Score show with I forgot who runs Parkins and one of those dudes. His coach said, "Hey, the Bears got a quarterback on the defense." Like, he emphasized it. They got a defensive quarterback, and I love to hear that because, like you said, Eddie Jackson got complacent. I don't know if y'all remember when he was telling the young guys like Brisker, and he was like, "Anybody can tackle, but can you make intercept takeaways?" Something like that. I'm like, dude, you not even tackling. How many times did we see Eddie Jackson not touch a player when they was down and they got up and just took off again? That shit was blowing me, but
I'm just telling man, I couldn't see. I don't know how many times I've seen the number on his chest. I know he changed it and they changed numbers and all that. I forgot what number he was for a minute because he never opened his arms. He was just sitting back there with his, you know, shouldering people and like dude,
yeah, bouncing
bounced
off
off.
dudes.
You know what I'm saying? You seen like Brisker. You seen Brisker neck all bundled up. He's
Hey,
drilling
he
into dudes.
looked like he hitting. Hey,
He
you see
looked.
that thing on Brisker arm? He got a
He
big
got
ass.
what's that gauntlet? What they call that back in the day? They got that
That's
God of
that
War thing on.
what's dude name from Marvel?
Uh,
Fucking with the hand, the glove. What
oh,
the fuck is his
Thanos?
name?
Thanos.
Thanos. Hell yeah, he got
Yeah,
a fucking Thanos sleeve on or something.
yeah. He got, that's what I said. A gauntlet on. He got that. That's I'm gonna hit him with this side. But like I said, I like it. I like it, and just the simple fact that we can see that he is a productive player.
For sure.
Like you said, we talked about that 670 interview with his former coaches. We know that he has that leadership thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not joking about the whole watching the kids thing, but he is a veteran leader on that in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
secondary, and that's all Eddie Jackson really was without the numbers. So,
That's
like
fair.
I said, if you want me to say I'm sad, nah. Am I mad? Nah. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying Eddie Jackson wasn't, a good player for us, but so was Brian Urlacher, but that was back then. So was Peanut Tillman, that was back
Hey.
then. You see what I'm
Hey,
saying?
name dropping the greats.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Mike Brown was pretty good too,
Mike
but
Brown was
that
the
was
dog.
like I said back then. Literally since we had Justin Fields, I don't even know who Eddie Jackson was. I can't even remember what he was.
Eddie Jackson got paid from Ryan Pace and definitely disappeared. I will agree with
But
that
like
for
I
sure.
said,
And he's still a free agent, by the way. He has not been
and
picked up by another team.
he's
Let's
And,
keep it
one of the
pushing.
things-
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go
Real
ahead.
quick,
Devin. Yep.
one of the things that I looked back on was that like he seems to be like because he's had in his earlier years of his career he had a number of picks and hasn't happened as much over the past like 2 years or so as far as like fired and he I remember last year when Montez Sweat got there and all of a sudden we were putting pressure on quarterbacks and we just took off as far as like interception numbers.
Yep.
And just imagine having another guy out there that he knows where the ball's going to go. He has a good eye for that, and he can keep an eye on it. And he may have a couple picks in there too now. Like having more people that can get hands on the ball would just be more beneficial.
I agree with that, and I think Kevin gonna be nice for us, man. I think he gonna be a nice addition to this team. There was safeties on the market actually. Xavier McKinney was signed by the Packers. Sure, y'all seen that for like 70 million. I'm sure y'all didn't want to go that route, did you?
Oh no! I mean, we gotta keep in mind that we got other holes to fill.
Yes, sir.
So signing this guy, signing another guy to kind of like keep things moving over there, because our defense turned out to be pretty solid last year. Like it started off kind of rough, but it kind of got better throughout the year. So
of course.
Make some improvements, and then
I think saying pretty solid is just being a Bears fan. We did better in the end.
Yeah,
we did better.
I'm a big Montez Sweat fan, and it all seemed like that was around the time
too. But to give the Bears defense overall a decent rating for last season is, and I'm not saying it's their fault. I know it's a lot of injuries. You know,
what you give? What you gonna grade them? What's your defensive grade for the Bears?
C minus.
C overall season. C minus. What you think, Devin? What you giving the Bears defense?
See, I'm giving them only really a C plus overall season. But if you go like, because I mean, the beginning part of the season, we just couldn't get to the quarterback, and they had like all day to throw. So it's a lot harder to just continue to guard people for like 30 seconds even. I mean, obviously that's absurd, but like
I feel
just incredible to like try and guard them for that long. Eventually they're going to get some separation, and even a decent quarterback will get you the ball when you get a little bit of separation there.
So it sounds like y'all both agreeing on like the C minus, C plus, C.
I wanted to give him an F. Honestly, I want to give him an F, but I'm trying to. My bias won't fail my. It's like that's my son. I can't be the teacher and fail my kid. You know.
So you say you want so how about this? The beginning of the season, definitely an F, like no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Second half, give them whatever, balance it out to a C, right? What would you give them that in the second half to balance that out to a C? Like a B or some shit?
Like a B plus. A B plus. I had 1-star pupil. Jalen Johnson. Yeah. I had 1-star pupil. He brought the whole class grade up.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. That's it. And you know what he got? Did you see what he got? You want to?
Yeah.
I know you're going to put it up there. You see what he got?
There you go. You see it.
A's. He's an A student. 1.0 GPA. So the rest of them, yeah, Montez, we had the transfer come in from out of state, and he was good. And yeah, play football and over there, and he's going to be good for the school this coming year. It'll be a lot better.
It'll be a lot better.
That's my.
Hey, I do like the fact that he broke a record that like he held the leading sack numbers on 2 different. Like that just tells me that like he was already doing pretty good over there, and then he came here, he did pretty good, and I mean, sure, we didn't really have anyone close, but like they had Chase Young for half the year too, so.
Dog. That's all I got to say about Montez Sweat doing that. Dog.
And that's why comparative to
before we move to this next one, I just want to ask everybody who watching, go ahead, hit that like button for us. We ain't got that many likes. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. Let's move on to this next guy. And this was not a free agent edition. This is trade. Ryan Bates from the Bills. We sent over a 5th rounder. Left us with 5 picks after that. Yeah. Ryan Bates. Let's see what I got on Ryan Bates. Okay. Undrafted out of Penn State in 2019. So he is not that old. What is his age? He's like 27, 28 or something like that?
Something like that. I think he got about 5 years in the league. I think I got
something like that. Bears actually tried to sign him back in 2022 When this came across my screen, I swear to God, I'm like, Ryan Bates, that name sound familiar. I know at one point we tried to go get him. The Bills ended up matching our offer, so he stayed with the Bills in 2022. But it's obvious that Ryan Poles really liked the dude, and he kept him on his radar. Finally, was able to go get him from the Bills. Majority of his snaps came at right guard, but the man played all over the line. He was center, tackles, both guards. Look like for the Bears, and y'all can let me know what y'all think about it. I think for the Bears, him and another guy on this list will be competing for that starting center spot. I'm not too happy about it. I wish Ryan Poles would just go get us a goddamn guy at the center. You know what I mean? Go get us a dog. Stop playing with these Lucas Patrick contracts. These, like go get us a guy so he can run, so he can call out the protections. He can shift the O line, take some pressure off your quarterback, so the quarterback don't got to ID the mic every play. The center can do all that. The center can help younger O linemen like Darnell Wright or Braxton Jones or whoever else we got that he can help them out too. Hey, but maybe these dudes can bring some stability to that position. Ryan Bates, what y'all thinking? Yeah, I know it.
I know it. I'm not usually flabbergasted or quiet about things.
I'm already knowing.
Like I said, I like we talked about it. I really enjoy what the Bears is doing this offseason. I'm not questioning it. I don't know if I feel bad about the pick. I mean, it's a 5th round pick. It's not that big of a deal, but it's like you said, we didn't really address nothing. It's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like they forgot something and went back and picked it back up, kind of thing. Like
basically,
like a comeback. I was trying to think of a good analogy. Like you walked in a house and your girlfriend was like, Happy Valentine's Day. And you was like, oh, and then you jumped back in the car.
Oh shit, let me go.
Right, and came back and was like, oh yeah, I left it in the car. I feel like it's that kind of thing. Like it's. I mean, the best word I can say is it's kind of meaningless.
Meaningless, whatever.
Mediocre.
Mediocre.
It's there's nothing to write home about. Okay, they can get a rotation. You can get a rotation on the line.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
That's what I'm thinking. You can probably get a healthier line at the end because you got more linemen with experience. They can keep coming in and keep swapping them out, kind of thing. But as far as like we was talking about, Kevin, we're talking about a leader, a supervisor, the person that runs that section of the field. We don't have that.
We don't have that on that O line. What you thinking, Devin? Ryan Bates, 2-year deal.
I was looking at it, and I was thinking about how he does have some playoff experience, which as much as that doesn't really go for as much as it used to, but the Bears team, most of them don't have playoff experience.
That is true.
He kind of has been a part of a team that has gone into the playoffs and plays the postseason football and how to kind of prepare for it. And he also has experience with the mobile quarterback. Regardless of who our quarterback ends up being next year, whether it be Caleb, whether it be Justin, whether it be whoever, our top 2 people that we keep going back and forth between, Caleb and Justin, both are mobile quarterbacks to an extent.
Yeah, that is
and true. Josh Allen is a mobile quarterback too. So that does a lot to pressure the O-line that when he starts moving around, you have to be careful not to commit penalties. So he comes from a plan where they already keep that in mind because he moves around. And so might be something that it benefits them going forward. I'm with you. I'm really hoping that they go out there and get a solid center. And hopefully what you could do, I don't know if it will happen, but there's been a lot of talk about that center from Oregon and drafting him from Oregon. And I could see maybe one of these guys that we have kind of being a mentor to him, kind of helping him get acclimated to playing in the NFL, and then him being our center for the next 10 years.
That center you're
So
talking about out of Oregon is Jackson Powers
yeah,
Johnson.
that's the
He's
one.
a dog.
That's a
He
name,
is a
man.
dog.
That's a
Ain't it
name.
though?
He got a Power Johnson. Ain't that a name? That just tells you. He got that,
I mean,
he
it's
got
just
that BDE, I
it
guess.
makes you feel football. Like
Don't
Yeah.
it?
Hey,
Jackson football. Power Johnson. Like what about that doesn't scream football?
Look, if we go that route, he might be our best center since y'all know that man, Olin Kreutz. Olin Kreutz that'll smack anybody in the mouth. I know y'all heard about that dude. That dude, hey, look, he's
like
crazy.
I said, we not.
I feel like we ain't had
What we not
anybody
gonna do is live in the past. We're not gonna live in the past, all right? I might get upset.
You're right. You're right.
It's
Like,
been
Focus on the
horrible since
future there.
then.
it's been horrible since. And like I said, a lot of things other than quarterback for the Bears have been horrible since, and it just sucks that we're at the point where, like I said, we get in a QB conversation. I don't know here or another day, but that we still trying to figure that out now. Like, I don't know, but like I said, I'm not really surprised. Him and Shelton, Shelton is coming over from Rams. I'll probably talk about him in a minute. Um, I see the same thing, same kind
Mhm.
of situation, but I think Shelton played center a little bit more,
I think Sheldon plays in a little bit more
a
too.
little bit more, and
Let's go to Sheldon then. 1 year
we could
deal,
jump
free
from one
agent
year deal.
I
signing.
mean,
Now here we go.
he's also got a Super Bowl ring.
There we go. That's what I'm gonna say. When I just said man about him,
Mhm.
had nothing. This here we go. You was talking about postseason. You talking about he played in the postseason. Now this is the guy that I'm saying maybe can be that dude.
Coleman
He's
Shelton.
that one. He snapped the ball in Super Bowls and won. You know what I mean? He didn't
Yeah.
start, but he snapped those balls. He had those snaps in the Super Bowl. He got a Super Bowl ring. You talk about postseason experience. Like I said, the was it Ryan Bates? No offense to you, Ryan Bates. I'm not trying to dog you. I'm not saying nothing about you. It's like you just something that we left.
Right.
I
Eh,
think this Coleman Sheldon is a more of a what we was. It's that honeymoon stage. Like, boom,
yeah.
Super Bowl winning center. Like, could you be the one? You let him get away with stuff. You don't. It's like that new relationship.
You let him get away with stuff.
Yeah, it's that new relationship.
Hell nah.
You hold your farts. You hold your farts in, man. It's that new feel. You don't, you trail back your laugh when you snort. The relationship, that new relationship feel.
Keep the snort in.
Keep the snort in. Don't snore. You sleep peacefully when you in the bed with him. You ain't all. I think when we talking about this O line, I think this is the better option, and that's why I was like, I didn't know how to feel about it. I know it's just a fifth round pick,
Mm-hmm.
but we picked him up off free agency.
We picked him up out of free agent.
He's
We
a
didn't
look.
give
He's a.
nothing
You
up.
got a
They
point.
just, they're the same 6'4", 6'4", 302, 299, 5 years
Mm.
experience, 5 years experience, 31 and a half inch arms, 31-inch arms, like, but
You got
one has a Super
combine
Bowl.
numbers.
You see what I'm saying? One has a Super Bowl, one done.
Mm-hmm.
You gave the one with the Super Bowl, you got him off of free agency. The other one, you gave up a fifth round pick, and a lot of people talking about, chess master polls in these picks, and now
Yeah.
people looking at you like you just gave a pick up. I thought you know what you was doing, and polls every time you do something, you know they gonna say,
Yeah.
you got the room and slam the door too hard, they're gonna be like you're mad. He can't be, he can't. Everything's gonna be
Hey,
critiqued.
your analogies is crazy.
No, I'm just serious. I'm just saying, like, they gonna critique everything this man does.
That's for
So
sure.
to give up a
Absolutely
fifth
right.
round pick for something that you couldn't get some years ago, I mean, a hood analogy is, you tried the data back then. She went and had a baby. Now she want to come back to you and be like, hey, I know you used to like me back in high school, and then you supposed to settle for that?
All right, we got a question in the chat. Did the one with the ring play a lot outside of that bowl? So she's Mama Blues is talking about Coleman. Got some numbers on Coleman. Coleman started 30 games over the last 2 seasons for the Rams. He played 1,113 snaps at center, significantly more than Ryan Bates did. He ended 2023 with 34 QB pressures, which tied for number one among centers. And he gave up 2 sacks. Gave up 2 sacks out of 17 games. That's not horrible at all. But he did lead the league in pressures. He had 11 QB. He gave up 11 QB hits and 21 hurries. So I don't know. Y'all do what y'all want to do with those numbers, but those are factual numbers. He did lead the league in QB pressures. So this is Coleman Shelton Coleman, whichever way.
I think I don't know. He got 2 first names. Coleman.
I think
Shelton.
Right.
It don't matter how you switch them around. My whole thing is like I just stated before, Mama. What? Okay, all right. So you want to question him on that, right? You just gave his stats, right? Then you go look at Ryan Bates, right? And then you go look at Lucas Patrick. The murder. Mary F. Kill. What you doing? I'm marrying the one with the ring. I might F Bates, but Lucas Patrick gets the bullet.
Hey,
you right.
Hey, that is
Right?
fact. The way you line that up, that is
you know what I'm saying? That's what we had. Those are our options right now. And the only thing, like I said, only thing I question is, could we have done better than our 5th round pick?
I agree with you on that.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying like I said, I'm not holding that 5th round pick with a lot of weight. I'm just saying, if it was reversed and we got Bates on free agency and paid the 5th round pick for the Super Bowl winner, I'll feel a little, I'll be a little better. That's all. It's not that major, not that major of a deal. I'm just saying, as I'm looking at what we're doing,
right.
What was the point of giving up a 5th round pick?
You shooting it straight, and that's how you got to do. Some Bears, and look, we got an issue in Bear country, Bear Nation. We overhype players. We overhype.
Yes, we do.
Roschon Johnson had I ain't seen that much hype for a 4th round pick in my life. Roschon Johnson. People thought he was gonna be the next Brandon Jacobs. Y'all remember Brandon Jacobs? Don't you?
Brandon Jacobs. Yeah.
Big ass dog, but man. Roschon Johnson is a leader. He's a great locker room dude. But he's a backup running back. He ain't gonna ever be a
like. Yeah, you like what you like. You see something you like.
I was big on Tyler Scott before the season started.
Well, see, Tyler Scott, he's a niche. He got one job. Go route. Burn the dude in front of you. Just run past him. We don't need.
No, he's got 2 jobs. You got to catch the ball when you get there.
Oh yeah,
catch that ball when you get there.
He
that
did
one
Justin
that
dirty.
off.
Yeah, that Detroit game.
I mean, and that's we get into that catching the ball.
Yeah, let's get through these free agency.
Free agency. Dave,
we definitely got more topics.
Look, Dave, he's gonna have me hit some push-ups and sit up here like, let's go. Let's go back to week 1, 2nd quarter, 2 minutes in, 3rd and 7. I'm gonna,
All right, so we got through DeAndre Swift, Kevin Byard, Ryan Bates. We just hit on Coleman Shelton. We got some names to get through. I'm gonna let y'all take it. Who y'all want to hit on next? Who y'all want to discuss next?
Obviously, I got my favorite one I want to talk about, but we can wait to talk about him because it's not that important, but he's important to me.
You talking about Cuzzo?
But we can go to Keenan Allen.
Let's not bury the lead. Let's talk about Keenan Allen then. Let's do it.
Come on. Let's not. We jumping on the O line and we ain't even done with the receivers.
Let's do it. So Keenan Allen traded from the Los Angeles Chargers for a 4th round pick, which left the Bears with 4 picks after that trade.
Should have kept that 5th. I just said that.
The Chicago Bears had 2 4th round picks. We have our own, and we have the Eagles 4th round pick, which they gave us last year for moving from 9 to 10. They moved from 10 to 9. They selected Jalen Carter. We selected Darnell Wright, so we got their 4th round pick. We gave them the better 4th round pick for Keenan Allen, which was ours. It's higher than the Eagles. Keenan Allen had 108 receptions, 1,243 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's due $18 million this season. Today, I think he had a roster bonus of $5 million, if I'm not mistaken. It kicked in today. Steep price. The man is 31. I think by the time the season starts, he'll be 32. The Texans and the Jets wanted him too. It wasn't just us. The
Yep.
Texans,
Mhm.
I think the Texans offered a 2025 third rounder, and we offered a 2024 fourth rounder. I guess they wanted the money this year. They didn't want you to pay him next year, so we ended up getting him. I love it. I don't care about his age. I don't care about injuries. He played 13 games last year, so he missed 4. If he could play 13 games for us this year, I will gladly take it. Because the way
And
I'm
produce
thinking,
those numbers, then I'm like, I mean, those numbers in 13 games are just crazy.
for sure. So what I'm thinking with Keenan Allen, those are his numbers right there. What 150 targets, 5 drops, 2 fumbles, 1 lost. The dude averaged 95.6 yards a game. That was almost 100 yards a game. He averaged 11.5 yards per catch. So this is my thing, and then I'll let y'all take this one away. I think personally, this signing, Keenan Allen, screams Caleb Williams. This is where we probably gonna part ways, fellas, and I already know it. I think the signing screams Caleb Williams, and due to the fact that we only have 4 picks now, I think our number 9 pick will be traded. I don't think they'll take a player with that number 9 because we need picks. You can't go into the draft and our last pick is in the 4th round. You know what I mean? Especially with the holes that we got. So I think it screams Caleb Williams. You got a veteran wide receiver who knows how to run routes. He knows how to get open. He's not the fastest dude, but the dude he'll show you his hands, Caleb. He'll show them to you. Give him the ball when he show him. I think he'll be great for a rookie quarterback to help them ease into the league, spread some knowledge on them, help them out with concepts and stuff like that. And not to mention DJ Moore on the other side. I think he's a great switch up, a change of pace player from DJ Moore. DJ Moore, the smaller, more fast, a little more physical than Keenan Allen. Then you got Keenan Allen, who's a route technician. So I think it screams Caleb Williams. Mama Blue's going nuts in the chat right now. She not liking what I'm saying. So go ahead. One of y'all take it away. Keenan
I don't
Allen,
know.
what
I
y'all
don't
think
know.
about the move?
You want to go first, Devin? I mean, I'm wouldn't let you.
Yeah. So
Like,
I just
I
said a
love the
lot.
value.
I wouldn't. Go
Like
ahead.
I love the value of this trade. Like I woke up Friday morning it was, and I'm seeing all over the place that like right after I'd gone to sleep, this trade happened, and I'm like, what the heck? And like this guy is just like he can produce. He can go out there. He's a veteran guy, and we do have younger people in our receiving core. Like we got like Tyler Scott, who, if I remember correctly, at Cincinnati, he was not a wide receiver when he went to Cincinnati. He became a wide receiver in college. So
Mhm.
he's still kind of trying to learn the position. And having a guy like Keenan Allen could really take, because I love how fast Tyler Scott is. There's just some other details about the position that he doesn't quite pick up on that
He ain't
I
no
think
Keenan
having
Allen.
that veteran presence could really take him to another level. And
Oh, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
and just the concept of having these 2 players, these that either one of them can burn you with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, it makes the Bears offense, no matter who's the quarterback. Personally, I want Justin Fields because I like the guy. I think he can actually throw, unlike like half the fan base that's out there thinks that he can't throw the ball. But so I think that I mean, like really you could look at this trade and say it's a benefit to either one of them. So I don't think it screams one or the other. I think it's kind of like we're addressing our needs that are there. And so I'm not entirely sure if there's one way or the other it points the needle.
oh, I agree, and it's something that with both of you. I agree, and it's something I would like to mold the clay a little bit here, refine it.
go,
So to say.
go ahead.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear this.
Obviously, I like the Keenan Allen trade. Don't get me wrong. As soon as it happened, I think I jumped in the DM like, did you see the Keenan Allen? I think I
Hell
instantly hit
yeah.
you up. Did you
Yep.
see it? Oh my God, did you see it? Did it scream Caleb Williams to me? Not at all. Not even in the slightest. I
Okay.
honestly think we have no idea. I think we have no clue what we're gonna do at quarterback. I'm a Justin Fields guy too. I like Justin Fields. If you went back there and was the quarterback and won me a Super Bowl, do you think I would care? I would have your jersey on too.
You're
I'm
right.
just saying, I'm a Bears fan. It doesn't really matter
At
to
the
me.
end
Do
of
I
the
know
day.
what at the end of the day? Yes, I like Justin Fields. I will root for him like I told you. I root for him anywhere he goes. As long as it's not Green Bay. Root for him anywhere he goes. I hope he does well. If he does leave, he stay. I will hope Caleb have a generational talent career. I'm okay with that for him too. It ain't my business unless you come into the city. At the end of the day. It
Yeah.
ain't my
Yep.
business until you come and put on this put that that GHS on your sleeve. Then you and the family and we can talk and we can figure stuff out. Um, as far as like Tyler Scott, like you said, he got those qualities and he got all of that, but you just said he's not a wide receiver. He don't know what he's
Mhm.
doing. You can't make a butcher a baker, and vice versa. They
Yes,
both in the
sir.
kitchen, but just
Different
because
things.
different things. It might not be for him. Yes, he has those flashes, but like I said, I feel we have this 2 to 4 year window of things. He will have to get it immediately.
You're right.
Because, like I said, Keenan Allen is a great talent. He has some injury questionabilities. I think it was like 2015, 2016. He was pretty much out barely almost both of those seasons.
Yeah.
I think he
He
had
was.
maybe like 7 games within both of those years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's older. I'm
Yep.
not saying he's not talented in production, but when you get older, you heal slower. Father
Yep.
Time start, ask LeBron, Father Time start kicking you a little harder.
Hey. Oh.
What if, what if,
Whoa.
what if?
Whoa.
I just like
Bron,
to see.
Bron is doing fine. He's doing fine.
Hey, he's the one said he's gonna be the one, the first one ever since Moses, I guess, or Noah. Back in the biblical days, they were six,
First one to
seven
do
hundred years
what?
old to
Beat
beat
Father
Father
Time.
Time. Yeah, that's why I bring him up. That's only it. All we can talk about basketball another time whenever you want. I go there too. But that's my whole thing. I feel like good solid 2 years, and what I do think this trade screams, I think it screams getting a more generational wide receiver. I'm
Well,
not saying
the point.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Maybe it's neighbors. Maybe it's I think it's the one. Maybe it's one of those guys. It's about I think it's like 6 really good ones that's gonna go first and maybe
You're
early
right.
second round.
Very deep class.
So
This
just
is a
think about
very
it. You
deep
go get
class.
that
You're right.
neighbors, you go get that Marvin Harrison Jr. I can't think of all their names, but you
Roma
put them in
Dunze.
between a Keenan Allen and a DJ Moore and my cousin. Not just-
We gonna get to Cuzzo.
and my and then you talking about molding a player like running routes with him every day, coming over there. You know what I mean? Like for the next few years, who you think gonna be doing better at the end of Keenan Allen's time and DJ Moore time in Chicago? Tyler Scott, Marv Harrison Jr., or neighbors, or one of these guys that's coming in who are actually wide
Definitely
receivers.
them.
You see what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
that's why I have to say I have to refine that. It screams Caleb Williams. I'm not saying it don't, but I'm saying for me, I felt more like you can have that young
It
Tyler
screams
Scott
wide
could be it. It
receiver.
could be Tyler Scott, but that third young wide receiver come in and he look at him like, hey, you know where to go? I'm telling you where to go. If I do this, you need to do that. And they gonna have that knowledge because he's like I said, we need
For
somebody to
sure.
supervise these kids.
So I like how you said you brought up basically the mentoring of a
Our
potential rookie
generational
receiver
receiver. Our
that we
generation.
draft. That's a great point. That is a great point. And I thought about that when I think we was chopping it up before. I feel like it screams Caleb Williams, but on the other end, definitely if you draft a rookie receiver this year, he is in a perfect position to learn from two of the best to do it in the game. And
Absolutely right.
it makes sense because like we just talked about Keenan Allen's age. We just talked about how many games he's missing. He ain't gonna be here forever. I know I watched his press conference earlier today, and he was, they asked him like, do you feel like y'all gonna get a contract extension done? He kind of hinted at it, but he also just like
We'll
kind of
talk
shied
about it
away.
later, right?
Yeah, he kind of shied away from it.
Yeah, as he
I
should.
think I think if they did go that route and brought a rookie receiver to succeed him and his position, because DJ Moore got some years left. We ain't gotta
Yeah,
worry
yeah,
about
yeah,
You're
him
right.
going nowhere no time soon.
yeah.
I do
He
think
wants to
if they
retire here.
yeah, I do think if they brought a rookie receiver in, that would be genius
Get
to
Keenan
let
Allen
him.
for one, maybe 2 or 3 years or so. That gives that rookie receiver 2 or 3 years to. And like I said, we gonna have DJ. So
Yep,
when Keenan bows, he passed that torch down to, hey, whoever you is. Like I said, whoever it's gonna be. Now you know what to do. You saw me doing it. DJ already know it. When DJ do this or DJ do that,
yep,
you do this, you do that. And when you see these covers, and it keeps going on. And then, like I
yep.
said, in a few years, you might go get another receiver to replace, and that's how you build a dynasty. You see what
Keep
I'm
it
saying?
going.
Yeah.
Why we so stuck on this, and like I said, you got the graphics of this whole quarterback and the Bears. We don't got that, and it's like, okay, but we saying it as if we that early 2000 Bears team with Devin Hester returning kicks and Robbie Gold never missing a field goal and Brian Urlacher and like everything else around the team is perfect. That's not the case no more. We don't got Peanut Tillman and Mike Brown and Urlacher and Briggs, and we don't got Croots on the O line. We don't got Devin Hester's running back every kick that come to him. Robbie
Yeah.
Gold kicking from Cabrini Green. He kicking the ball from
60,
way out
60 yards.
north. You know what I mean? We don't got that.
Ari Daniels is loving what you putting out there right now.
You know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
I just want to put. I just want to get through. She put a few comments in here.
Okay.
What y'all did? She said y'all need to dedicate a whole episode to just the QB situation because it's a lot. I
Definitely.
agree with that. Y'all
Definitely.
fellas down. I feel like
Absolutely.
at some point we could definitely put something together and literally dedicate the episode to talking about the quarterback situation. So I just want to get that out there. She also said y'all trust the staff enough to actually develop the players that will need development. What y'all think about that? Do y'all trust this staff, the coaching staff? And when she talk about coaching staff, I'm going ahead and give them some love because I've been talking about these dudes all year. Y'all see them. Look at them. Look at them boys. Look at them. Oh my God. I don't remember the last time a coaching staff in Chicago looked like this. You see him, pass game coordinator Thomas Brown, QB coach Kerry Joseph, wide receiver coach Chris Beatty. That's who will be working with those young wide receivers we talking about. Running back coach Chad Morton, O-line coach Chris Morgan. He was here last year. Tight end coach Jim Dre. He was also here last year. Then we got the man in charge of it all, Shane Waldron. So what you think? Do you trust these fellas right here to develop any, like whether it's the quarterback or one of these young wide receivers that we could possibly bring in? Devin, do you trust this coaching staff?
I think there's a lot to really look into for that. Like I don't know
Right.
most of them, so it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to like. We've been burned before,
Of
but
course, a
like
lot.
as a fan, you gotta like. For me, I gotta go in to the season optimistic.
Very yep.
Like I have to believe that Ryan Poles, who I've liked pretty much most of his like acquisitions, his signings, his trades, whatever, other than just like a handful. And so I have to believe that he wants this team to succeed. He went out there and he looked for the right people for the job, especially with when it comes to like quarterback, because that was such a hot topic of being able to develop a quarterback, work with
Yep.
number of different types of quarterback like schemes and stuff like that. A mobile quarterback versus a strictly pocket passer and stuff like that. You kind of have to believe that he's trying to find the right one for us.
And I don't want to get into the coaching staff too much because I know we're gonna
Ah,
talk about Shane in a
Shane, we
little
got to
bit.
talk about
But
Shane.
what you think? Do you trust these boys to develop the quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, like we're talking about? Do you trust them to develop them?
I think we trying to find out who we can. Um, it's really. I mean, we're going from looking at people like we talk about the players and the free agents that we're bringing into the team. But we can go back and look at their tapes. We can go back and look at their college. You can go
Yep.
on YouTube. You can Google it. You can't go on YouTube and see what a coach is doing. we can't really. It's a post effect. It's like salting your food. You just keep a little at a time till it's perfect. You don't just dump.
I like
Feel
that.
me?
Hey, I'm about to start clipping these fucking analogies because you
Hey,
got
what I
these
say?
analogies
Hey,
waiting for
hey, Mark
any
Rod, what I say? What
situation.
I say? I say, wait. When we get on here, you gonna like it. I'm telling you. I'm just saying. But no, am I wrong though with saying that when it comes to
You're
coaches?
right.
It's like
Absolutely.
seasoning your food. Like you can't just go in and throw the whole bottle in and hope
Hmm.
it works. It's not like
Hmm.
getting a rookie quarterback and just putting them out there and saying, "Hey, I seen what you could do. Do it." It takes some time, and you have to figure
It
out
definitely
who
does.
fits well.
Hmm.
And it's like it's political. Hey, we tried you. It didn't work.
And it didn't
Go.
work. Time to go.
You,
Yes.
you should.
Hey.
These coaches with these multi-for-year deals and all this other kind of stuff. Like, no, 1 or 2 year deals. I think that should be the max. It should be like a president. So you get 2 terms. One, okay, you tried. Let's see. The next year you ain't do that good. Out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's how it should be with a lot of these coaches. I don't care if you're an assistant coach, a running back coach, a tight end coach. Hey, you've been here 2 years. My tight ends ain't getting better. I done brought in some players at veteran tight ends, and my tight ends don't look better. You ain't working. Go.
That's a great point.
You see what I'm
Why is
saying?
it
Like
y'all see that? What is
that
that?
thumbs up. I don't know where that
Yeah.
came from.
Hey, you going crazy?
I'm just saying that's how we should do coaches. That's how we should do coaches. Like we should have. And I don't want to get political. Like I feel the same way about politicians. Hey, dude,
Right.
you are a civil servant to this team. If you're not doing this team no good,
Dude,
bye.
I didn't put that thumbs up on your screen. That was not
I
me.
don't know. I don't know. I thought you did. I thought you was running with
Hey,
me. I thought that was you. But whoever put
nah,
it up,
you
thank you
preaching.
so much.
Somebody put that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. But that's how it should be. Like if you're not doing the fans and the players of Chicago or whatever team, I don't care, whatever you is, your due diligence, bye. You a dime a dozen, bye.
I agree with you. I think
As coaches go.
everything
There
That's
you
it
what
is.
I'm
just
saying.
Yeah.
said. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not doing that, but I think everything you said is right on point. Right on point.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Mama,
it
I feel
ain't,
you.
look,
I feel better about Shane too. I definitely do.
appreciate you addressing the comments because
Yeah.
the chat loving what you saying. They
I'm just saying, like I said, like we want to talk about, like I said, we want to talk about coaches. That's an easy conversation. Either you is or you ain't. Do I think Flute should still be here?
ooh, I don't.
My key is
But
in the door and it's unlocked. I'm waiting to turn a knob. So, I'm at the door like
let's
Martin.
let's keep going with these free
But
agents.
free agents, go
Before we
back to the
move
free
off
agents.
Keenan Allen,
Yeah.
I just want to drop this nugget out there because I think it's important.
Okay.
The NFC North division did play the Chargers. We all played them. I'm finna tell you what he did against the NFC North. His best game of the season by far was against the Minnesota Vikings. The man had 18 catches, 215 yards, no touchdowns. But the man had 215 yards against our division rival. That's crazy. I love it. Next, let's move on. Detroit Lions. He had 11 catches, 175 yards, 2 tuds against the Detroit Lions in our division. And then he played us. Wait, I'll go to Green Bay first. 10 catches against Green Bay, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. Phenomenal performances against our division. And that's these are actual numbers from the score.
Yeah. We don't even know what he did against us. It's fine. We know.
Listen, though, against the Chicago Bears, 8 catches, 69 yards, no touchdowns. Significantly less than every other team in the division. That's a win-win, right? Like he destroyed our division, but when he played us, he was very like modest. I mean, 69 ain't terrible.
It is, honestly, to start off. Yeah, we love to see our cousins get whoopings. That's cool. And I think that I want to say that was that Chargers game later in the season, kind of like when our secondary
For
kind
us,
of got their
It
stuff
was
together.
when I think
was-
it was Agent was in, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was while Justin was hurt.
that was a Beijing game. That was a Beijing game for sure. We got our ass kicked.
Mhm.
Two games we got our ass kicked. The Chiefs game and that game we got
Yeah.
whooped.
Yeah.
So
But he
They-
didn't.
they-
He wasn't the one who burned us.
no,
Yeah.
not us.
Yeah.
He destroyed every other team. But
Yeah, but like I said, the
You
most
gotta know-
important
you-
thing is he destroyed every other team. Like I said, I ain't gonna. Like I said, I'm a fan of the Bears, so we not gonna right fluke, right? We're not gonna talk about that. But like I said, we already stated it. Good addition, good dude, and I hope that we use him to our best ability in getting a younger receiver and tutelage. I'm a big proponent on mentorship and tutelage. You have to keep the torch going. You got to keep that legacy, that feeling, that going, or you're gonna have those hiccups. You're gonna have those gaps, those major gaps, and why can't we get it right? So
he said we all like seeing our cousins get whoopings. That's a good one.
yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah.
Let's move on. We got a few more names, and then we gonna just open it up and we gonna pour our hearts out, and whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. We got a few more names to get to and give our opinion on.
Yeah,
We
these
just
last
did.
ones gonna be quick.
We got Everett, we got Owens, we got Pryor, we got Ripen, and y'all want to pronounce that Amen name? Y'all want to take a shot at that?
Agbong Bing
Say it one more time.
Agbong Bing Miga.
Hey, that was pretty good. Then we got Cuzzo, Dante Pettis. Let's go ahead and jump. Let's get Ripen out the way. Let's get Ripen out the way. Brett Ripen, 1 year deal. He was a free agent. Now, me personally, I know nothing about the dude. So if y'all got any info to give to people on Brett Ripen, now's the time to do it. Otherwise, we will move on.
Let me see what.
Only thing I had written down was like he's basically to replace that Nathan Peterman role, the guy we cut like
Peterman. I
5
hated
times
Peterman.
last year.
Yeah, Nathan. That's our new Nathan Peterman. Good point. That's our new Nathan
Yeah.
Peterman.
I think honestly, he was kind of like a when we got what's the guy I really like from the Rams, Coleman Shelton, that center from the Rams. He came over from the Rams, so I think they was like, hey, you got to take him too. It's like you got to bring your little brother. Like you got to go outside. You take your little brother with you now, okay? All I got, his name is Brett Ripen. He's a quarterback. He's 6'2", 202 pounds. He's been in the league 4 years. Thank you.
You can't go outside without your little brother.
He was with I think he was with like 3 teams last year.
He's been here 4 years. He's been with 3 teams. Like
3 of them were last year.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
That don't make sense.
Brett Ripen, everyone, 3rd string quarterback. He will be. Look. Okay, in all seriousness, me personally, and this is my opinion. We will have the quarterback talk at some point where everybody can, but I think it's well needed. You can't bring in Caleb if you can't bring in Caleb with Tyson Bagent and no grown man in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Just like they did with Justin. Justin was there. They brought Tyson Bagent in, and they had Nathan Peterman as the grown man in the locker room. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
same type of deal.
Flacco.
You say what?
They should have just went and got Joe Flacco.
Where did Joe Flacco go? He signed somewhere.
I'm pretty sure he signed with the Colts.
Okay. Yep.
Okay,
Mama Blue says, so are the 1 years just Band-Aid for spots?
Yeah,
we needed to fill real quick.
Yeah. I mean, we could have. If we had a commercial, I would put it on a commercial. We could just run through some of these real quick and then let the people breathe. Like, nobody care. Mama don't care about no Ripen.
About no Ripen. Like Giannis. I don't know what she mean by that, but all right. We moving on from Brett. We're not doing that. Matt Pryor. Let's stick with the line. Let's go to Matt Pryor. 1 year deal. O lineman from the Colts. He was a free agent signing. Another like
play with the 49ers. Nah, he played with.
He was a 49er?
Yeah.
Okay, good catch. Look,
I think he was that left tackle. He was behind what's that real good left tackle? They got Trent
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams, yeah, he was behind him.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, I got some friends up there in the Pacific North. West is that is? Yeah,
They
Northwest.
love Trent, don't they?
They love Trent. I told them about him. They like, yeah, but he couldn't even beat out Trent. I'm like, who could?
Who
Like,
could?
shut up.
Who's gonna beat
Who
Trent?
Like,
could?
shut up. Like shut up. But like I said, he was with the Niners, I believe. One thing I do like about him that I seen, other than like I just said about those two offensive linemen, like I told you about Sheldon Coleman, we talked about Bates and his mediocrity in my vision. This
Yep.
guy is 6'7", 332.
Golly, that's a big ass man.
Mama, look at that man on that line. Wherever you want to put him.
Wait, say those numbers again.
I got him at 6'7", 332. Put him anywhere. Put him on the line somewhere. That's what I got. I mean, if people want to correct me, I could be corrected, but that's what I found. Got some, like I said, he got that Trent Williams kind of tutelage. I think I got that. I mean, like I said, O lineman can't really get into many stats. Those eye test kind of players.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 6'7", 332.
That's a massive.
That's a lot
dude.
to move.
Man.
That's a lot to move.
Ooh.
I don't care if you Michael Parsons. That's a lot of person
That's
to
a lot
move.
to fucking move.
And I think
Golly.
that can't go around them.
Matt
Can't go
Pryor,
through
everybody.
him. Can't go over them. I guess you got to try to
Devin,
go under him.
you got something on Matt? You want to
Just
put out
that
there?
to me, it just looks like there are a number of guys that they're looking at like, okay, we know that our offensive line is an issue. Maybe
Yep.
bringing in some guys that they can compete for a role.
I would love for him
And
to beat out Braxton Jones. I ain't gonna
like,
lie. I would love
like
for him to
just
beat out.
just
I don't like Braxton. My bad, Devin. Go ahead. I just had to say that.
I'm just saying that like having depth on the O line. Like last year, we had so many different offensive lines because we were dealing with injuries. Having depth is always going to be something important, I think, because we just always seem to like get those minor injuries out for a couple of games, and we saw last year how a game or two could really affect you getting into the playoffs or not. If we had just won like two more of those close games, we would have been sitting in the playoffs instead. And so it's like just a few of those things might have gone better if we had just somebody that's slightly a little bit better on our depth. We might be able to do a lot better in some of those ends of those games.
Tevin Jenkins is a prime example of why we need the depth.
We
Tevin
do.
Jenkins.
Like I mean, he young. Like I said, he young, man. We put him out there. We expected him to, like I said, you can't put these kids out here and be a grown man.
Yep.
He just became a father. He like we can get to the personal stuff about him as well, but you can't expect him. That's why I said other debates. I was like, whatever. But like, I like this Coleman. I like this what's his name again? Pryor.
Matt Pryor.
Yeah, the Matt. I like the experience. I like the size of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I like those things. I like to see those things. Like I said, I wasn't too overwhelmed by Ryan Bates because it was the same as a Coleman Shelton kind of guy, but Coleman Shelton is just a little bit better. But I like that. I like like I said, building that legacy, that history. Now Jenkins can look at them and be like, hey, look, that's a big dude. He know what he doing. Let me do what he do. He beat out Braxton Jones, like you just said. Oh man, I want to be like him, kind of thing.
I hope he beat out Braxton Jones. So these old linemen we
got to develop them.
Yeah, for sure. We got to develop our players for sure. We ain't gonna be nothing if we don't develop our players because Ryan Poles has expressed and he stressed it multiple times. He wants to build through the draft. I don't know how that makes sense when we only got 4 picks, but
he didn't say how many drafts. He didn't say which draft.
You definitely right about that.
He got a job. He said I'm gonna develop through the draft.
The only way he developing through this draft is if he trade that number 1 pick. So we shall see. Yeah,
they screaming cat, man. I know
he
like to have money in his pocket. I know he like to had $100 in his closet. So
before we move on to the next guy, then it sounds like Coleman, Shelton Coleman.
Yeah,
that's the best lineman we picked up, right?
That's the best. That's as far as size, experience. Noah, I see him starting at center.
I agree with that. Actually, there is a name on here. I'm just gonna say his name. We're not gonna talk about it. Jake, what's his name? Jake Curran, or something like that. Another offensive lineman we recently signed. He's not on this list.
Okay.
We
I don't
signed
even
him.
think I
I,
heard of that guy.
yeah, I ain't do too much work on him because it just happened and
Yeah, I
shit.
didn't get that yet. Yeah, right. I didn't get to it. Whatever. Let's talk. You want to talk about what's name husband or what? Do we want to talk about him or what? You
Let's
know,
just
like
talk about him. I'm gonna talk about him
I'm
because
more interested.
honestly,
I'm a bigger fan of his wife than him. Trust me.
Jonathan
That's what it is.
Owens, let's say
Jonathan
2-year
I
knows.
don't
deal
think
in
you're the
free
only one,
agency.
but
He was a free agent signing. We signed him to a 2-year deal, so he will be around for a couple of years at the minimum, unless we just cut the dude. But hey,
I don't
he
think
is
we
our
will.
third at this point. We got to
He's
show
our
him a
third
little bit of
cornerback.
respect
Yeah.
because he
He
is
gonna,
our third safety on the depth chart. He will if
he,
Kevin Byard goes down, if Brisker goes down, it's either him or Elijah Hicks.
honestly,
And
I think they're gonna shuffle him through the secondary. The way, I mean, his size, his gameplay. I watched him. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he played for the. I mean, I looked at him. I looked at some film on him. Obviously, I seen him last year with Green Bay.
right.
I just want to say, I think he's just going to be that piece. That he's going to be that high fiving a lot of our defensive backs. Like, hey, you need a break? I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come. I'll play corner over here and give you a break. I'll play corner over there. I mean, like I said, like I got him down
Special
for like
teams guy. So
yeah,
he'll be playing some
special
special
teams
teams.
guy. I got him down for I mean, 76 total tackles, 53 solo, 23 assisted. He has a sack, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown.
Yep.
That sounds like a journeyman in our secondary where he can be put anywhere. 5 years experience. You know what I mean? So he's somebody that you can just he don't need to warm up. He don't need he knows. I mean he knows football. So you can just throw him out there. Hey, Jaden Johnson need a couple downs off. Okay, we can put him out there and it minimize the damage of
Yeah.
losing whoever we
Mhm.
taking out. Brisker's not out there. We can put him out there because he can tackle, he can ball hog, he can force a
Yeah.
fumble. He might get a pick six. He got a touchdown or fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Yep.
So I like it in the sense of his stats. You just got to do it.
And another thing, he's not a young dude.
He's not
He's
that young
about
either.
28. He can come in and be serviceable if we
That's
need him to be.
that's
He
all.
played for I think the Texans as well before he
Yeah.
went to Green Bay. So I just Ari Daniels saying LOL, Mr. Biles.
Mr. Biles,
That is
you missing
disrespectful,
you
but
missing an S in there. Supposed to be an S before the Biles. That's we know who was the
and who had the pants, that's what
who wear the pants. I was gonna make a gymnastics
I'm
joke.
already knowing. Yep. The leotard, who wear the
Yeah, the
leotard.
leotard. You know who's in the actual leotard. And we know who's the better athlete. We can get into all that. I read the articles about it that she's not allowed to talk about sports around him and who's the better athlete because his ego gets kind of hurt. And that's like
Really?
I
Did
said,
you see that?
yeah, it was a whole article about it and that
Wow.
they're not allowed to talk about accolades and she can't walk
Really?
around with gold medals on at night.
What? I'm waking up. He gonna hit them motherfuckers clanging while
Right,
we sleep.
he can't do all of that. She can't say nothing about that. He don't want people comparing her to him, kind of thing. And I'm just like, dude,
Ain't no
yeah,
comparison.
it ain't. She's a she, big leotard. She's she, she's the truth, and you a
Mm-hmm.
whisper. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
dog. I just don't want him to bring that kind of attitude into our locker room. That's my own. That's why I'm just like, let's get it over with. Let's get Mrs. Biles over with. Like as far as production, I hope he has those kind of productions for us and all that kind of stuff. I just don't want that. That we already did that with Claypool. You know what I mean? Like I don't want
Oh
to have
my
to do
gosh.
that.
Oh my gosh.
Like we ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying I don't want that kind of attitude in our locker room right now in this sensitive situation that we're in as a team.
Uh uh Devin, you got
Yeah.
anything else you want to throw out there on Mr.
So
Biles?
when I was listening to his press conference yesterday, and one of the things that I keyed in on was he went undrafted. He fought his way through. He grinded out, made it onto a team,
Mm-hmm.
worked his way in, got himself some time, got himself some minutes. Like,
Got himself some
I
money
mean,
too.
and it's not much money as far as like comparatively to other people around the league, but
Right.
like he's out there playing a game that like if any of us could be out there playing, we would be.
Hell
But
yeah.
he's actually doing it. He worked his ass off to get there, so I can respect that. I don't
Yep.
like the whole concept of like how his ego is apparently, but like
That's
if he
weird.
can
I
keep
didn't know
that
that.
out of the locker room, then I think that he could be a decent kind of production force. Like Wes said earlier about like having people being able to take a couple plays off, get some rest, put them back out there, freshen them up, make sure that they able to like really produce by taking a couple plays off. I think
Yep.
that would be great for him.
Yeah.
And look, he look,
Yeah, Mama
look,
House. I see. I see, Mama. She's saying that he had to get it somewhere. But my whole thing is just like you said, Devin. He did all of that to get where he is. You should be proud, dude.
yeah.
I'm saying that
Like I
like
don't care who
why aren't
so
you
like
proud as
and
your
my whole
wife?
thing is like I just don't want him like I said, we have a Kevin, right? Versus him, right? We have Kevin, this
Hopefully Kevin can help
productive
him.
grown up, that it looks like a mature grown up, who don't miss
Hmm.
practice, who has this instilled in him, and this other guy who made it up to here and he think he's done. It feels like I don't want that on Jalen Johnson's man. I don't want you hanging out with him, Jalen. I don't want Brisker. Don't go over to his house. Gordon, no, don't sit
Tyreek
next. I want
Stevenson, no way.
Tyreek. Actually, Tyreek Stevenson. Your locker room is way over that way from him. I don't want none of that. On my, you know what I mean? I don't want my kids influenced. At the end of the day,
This
and
was
that's my
easily
only
my
problem with him.
most this was easily my most hated signing. I didn't see the point. I felt like if we needed a depth safety, we could have found one anywhere. We
Yeah,
didn't need to go get, but the Simone Biles presence will be known. It will bring money to this stadium. It will
hey,
bring fans to the games, and that's just a fact.
honestly,
So
I didn't even
I
think of
mean,
it that way. The Taylor Swift effect.
I never really
yeah,
thought about it that way.
yeah,
I didn't either.
Taylor Swift effect. It ain't gonna be that
And
magnitude,
Not
but
that.
it's
as she said, she don't got to get no connecting flight to go to his game.
make
True
it
up.
way
Tell
easier
me,
to
man.
go see Mr.
See
Biles.
her
All
husband. See
right,
Mr.
let's I feel like we was on him a little longer, but that's just
A
because his
little longer than we're
wife. You
supposed
know what
to.
I
Yeah,
mean?
that's because of his wife and his attitude, and it's something that I thought we should address. We're
Yeah,
not really
because
just
I
talking
did
about
not know.
stats here as well. We need to talk about the team as a whole, as far as everything that we. I mean, we're not watching the press conference and listening to them talk after the game for no reason. So
Right.
I think that's something that we should be addressing their attitudes towards, and what they can do. Like we said, we're going to be here talking about how our team built this legacy. We want to have the right people with the right mindset in there.
Let's
Uh,
move on to Gerald Everett, teammate of Keenan Allen. A more serious topic, more serious player to discuss.
Hmm.
What I got on him is he played under Shane Waldron in LA
yeah.
and with the Seahawks. He'll be replacing Robert Tanyan, who didn't give us shit for
Oh my God!
He dropped the easy touchdown.
Dropped
Yeah, he did.
against the
in
Browns
both of
that
his hands,
we could have won.
which we needed that game to get
He
into the
needed
playoffs.
that
But
game.
Yes,
anyway,
But
yes,
anyway,
we did. But
let me just rattle
digress.
you off some numbers real quick. Robert Tanyan had 11 catches for 112 yards total for us last year. This dude, Gerald Everett, had 51 catches for 411 yards and 3 TDs last season. He will be a great second tight end for us. 10 times better than what Robert Tanyan gave us. 2 years, 14 million, 6 guaranteed. So it doesn't break the bank, of course. He was a second round pick out of South Alabama. He's 29 years old, so he still got some youth in him in his 20s. And yeah, like I said, he's familiar with Shane Waldron. Shane Waldron was there when they drafted. He was the tight ends coach when they drafted the Rams. Drafted Gerald Everett out of South Alabama. So and then when Shane Waldron went to Seattle,
he
he
went with him.
brought Everett with him. Now he's in Chicago, and guess what else he did?
He brought him.
Brought Everett with him. I don't think that should be under. I don't think people
That-
should just blow by
Overlook
that.
that. You should never overlook that. You should never overlook when. I mean, he's a very productive player. Shane Walden knows that. I mean, do I think he's going to be our kind of backup to Cole Kmet, not in a sense I'll be our support of Cole Kmet as far as
Mhm.
scheming goes, where
Yes.
you can put out those two tight ends
Two
and
tight end set.
you can switch it, you can flip it. He say, okay, I got Cole Kmet, I got faith in him.
Yep.
But what happens when we have to got kill? We need to kill that play. We need to switch that tight end route to Cole. You got to block. We need
Yep.
somebody on this side that can run a
Yep.
route.
Hey,
You see what
that's
I'm
a
saying?
perfect example of it.
That's
Yep.
what we need. We
Mhm.
needed Tunyon to do that. We needed Mercedes Lewis to kind of be that kind of guy, and they couldn't do it. Like like I said, a lot of these guys last season they just didn't come to work, man. They just didn't come to work, and we paid them for
Greg
nothing.
Greg B said weakest starters are Walker, Dexter, Shelton, Jones, and Davis. That means we are doing way better than the last 2 seasons. Go Bears. Hey, Greg B, I ain't seen you in the chat before. I appreciate you jumping in the
Welcome,
chat.
welcome.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Catch us every Saturday live talking Bears, just recapping the week throughout this off season. Uh yeah, hey,
But
look,
yeah, that's
West,
what I said. Yeah,
go
that's what
ahead.
no, that's all I'm saying. Like I said, I got him. I see your stats is on point. Average eight. What is that? 8.1 yards a catch.
Okay, yep,
He had
yep.
3 fumbles. I mean, he's a tight end, so he's gonna get hit. Tight ends will fumble. But like I said, I got a blocker. I put blocker question mark in my notes. Like, is that mainly what he's gonna do? Or are we going to actually have him running those routes too? Not really sure. To support that offensive line, like you said, we still trying to support this offensive line. It's on a respirator, man. We supporting it right here, and I think he's a good support piece as far as protecting that pocket as well, and getting out. And like I said, he can do something afterwards too. He can
Yeah.
still catch the ball. He can still be good. Like I said, tight ends are he's 7 years in. Tight ends are durable though. I mean, Gronk. You look at Gronk, you look at Travis Kelsey, you look at
Kelsey,
George Kittle, all those other guys, and I mean, they don't have to be super productive; they just have to be super reliable. And I think
reliable.
that's what Shell
Mhm.
Walden saw in him. Like I see reliability.
Yeah. Hey, that's a perfect word to describe Gerald Everett. Devin, what you think about Gerald Everett? What you got?
So I watched his press conference yesterday, and one of the things that they brought up was his yards after catch,
Yeah.
and he said that, and I love this mentality of him saying, "I don't want to go to sleep at night thinking I shouldn't have run out. I should have kept on going. Should have
Oh
gotten a
man.
few more yards." Stuff like that type of people often forget the concept of like mentality in sports. Like you have a couple losing seasons and they're used to losing. That type of mentality gets in your head. You'll step out of bounds before you get the first down. Even if you could jump for it and get the first down, you'll step out just to avoid a hit or something like that. This guy, he don't care. He just running through you based on what he was saying. Obviously, I don't know if he's actually going to do that. That could just be what he's saying to the reporters. But like the concept of I don't want to go to bed at night regretting something I could have done better. Like that's a good mindset to have, and I hope that that can kind of like seep into other people that may have kind of lost sight of that.
That's huge that he said that. Look, I dropped a reel on him. It's getting some views on it. He is way more aggressive than Cole Kmet running with the football.
Yeah,
He was bouncing off dudes. You can check it out, the Black Bear
like I said, like
podcast.
Gronk, just like Gronk. He's not. He don't. It don't look pretty. He'll stumble. He'll rumble. He'll tumble. But he gonna get a first down.
He getting 10 more yards while he
10 more
rumbling,
yards.
stumbling,
We
and
got barely.
tumbling.
It looks crazy. It looked like those little things that go down the slinkies down the stairs. Like
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. But he's hitting that yellow line that we see, and that's all we want. Like I said, reliability, and just like you just pointed out, Devin, that mindset is
Mm-hmm.
what we
Mm-hmm.
want in at Hallis Hall. That's the
Yep.
mindset we want. We want everybody to leave this building every day, every week, knowing like I gave it. No matter what, I mean, I'm gonna still be a fan no matter what at the end of the day. 0 and 17, 17, I'm gonna still be a fan. But
Right.
if I know my team and I feel like my team left that building and we all left and we gave it our all, we
Left
should
everything out there.
yeah. We should be good. I don't wanna like the Claypools, the not blocking. You can watch these players out there just you see they didn't come to work. What, baby? My daughter just woke up.
It's okay. It's okay. She can say hi
Oh,
to the people if she
you want
wants
to
to.
say hi to the people on the
It's
podcast?
she shy. It's okay.
I'm on the podcast. I
Hey,
ain't gonna be on that.
it's like when Steph and them they go to the podium and they bring their child up there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. She
Uh,
adorable.
say hi. They can see you. The world can see you. No. Okay. All right, Joe.
It's all good.
Well, fair brother, give you something to eat.
Let's move on from
Oh yeah,
Jared
but yeah,
Everett.
yeah. All right.
Unless
Okay.
you got some, you want to tie it up,
No, no,
put a
no, no,
bow
no,
on it.
no. But like I said, my whole thing with him is it was perfect. It was really good. I know a lot of people were like, and I got friends that are like, well, he's not that great, and they talk like I said, they talk about the Gronks and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, he does exactly what they do. He just don't have the name or been on the teams to have the success. Like I could see him being that Gronk player with Tom Brady and doing the same thing and having that notoriety, or with the
Mhm.
49ers or with the Chiefs and having that notoriety. That's like saying Tony Gonzalez was trash. He wasn't. He was great. He just had a lot of better tight ends in his era. So you get what I'm
Tony's
saying?
probably on people's list of like top 5, top 3 tight
Top
ends
five.
ever.
That's what I'm saying. But if you talk to a regular fan about him, they go like, "Who is
Hmm.
that?"
Oh
Like
wow.
they don't give him that notoriety unless you actually look into the position, look into the like you do your due diligence. But if you look at it, that's a dog. He was a dog. He was just as good as any of these guys in any day on any snap. And I feel the
All
same
right.
way about Everett.
We are almost through these free agents. We got about 50 people watching right now in the chat. Just
Shout
hit that
out to the
like button.
50.
Subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word. We are on Facebook and we are on YouTube. We go live every Saturday, just chopping it up and recapping the past week of Bears news. So we gonna move on. We gonna keep this pushing. Who we got next, fellas? Who didn't we speak on? The left side. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, we only got 2 more.
Yeah, well, I think
Yeah, we
we.
only got 2 more.
Yeah,
Oh, it looked like she got some fans.
thank you
Your baby
guys.
girl.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure y'all like, oh wow, yeah, but I deal with her
she
in the
be
locker room.
she be
I did
terrorizing you in the
look.
locker room,
I
huh?
deal with her in the locker room. I got the coach you. So
All
it's
right,
true.
let's move on to our man. I'm gonna try Ogbang Beg Miga, I guess.
Obangba Minga.
Yeah, Ogbang. Yeah, that
All right, let's just
man.
really get it.
I got nothing on him.
So what?
He's a linebacker, 1-year deal, signing free agents. We got Jack Sanborn, we got Tremaine Edmonds, we got Noah Sewell, who we drafted last year. We got who's the other guy I'm missing?
Marking him up.
TJ
TJ
Edwards.
Edwards.
TJ Edwards. TJ
So,
Edwards, Shot Town, baby.
so he's definitely gonna be a
He's
depth piece.
close, huh?
Y'all fellas got anything
Yeah.
on I'm in?
You can go first, Dev, if you want to.
I just put that like sign for some good depth at our linebacker room because last year I think not Edmonds got hurt for a few games,
Mm-hmm.
not much, but we already have some decent depth there, so didn't feel like it was absolutely necessary. But I mean, if you can find a guy cheap enough to kind of pick somebody up, personally, I'm a TJ Edwards fan, but I'm a little biased there, so
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
I'm in. What you got for I'm in O? Because apparently we
uh,
should just say I'm in O.
man. Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. I got some. What's more? Liberty Bibbity. You want to bundle your
Liberty
car
Mutual.
and auto insurance and home insurance. That's all it is. We just bundling something. We just taking
Bundling the
somebody.
home
Yeah,
and car
bundling.
insurance.
Yeah, getting a little deal. I mean, I mean, stat wise, he really didn't do much, which tells me that he's like I said. In case we do lose somebody, I can see him possibly, I want to say fill a void because that would be
Special
disrespectful.
teams.
Yeah, but special teams. high five guy. You know, you need a break. I come in kind of guy. Uh, yeah, filling in that depth, like having some people that size. Kimari, stop. Having that like I said, the same way with what's the name, girlfriend or whatever, husband. Just
Hey,
the piece.
hey,
To
we
build
we
that
we
depth.
we we might try to get John O on the show one of these days, man.
That's fine. That's fine. They both can come, actually.
Hey, look, if you come, make sure you bring her. You better not
You
come
go.
without her.
Hey, what I say, you can't go outside without your little brother, though. Can't believe that, you know. But I think that's all. That's what I got. I think last year, I think I saw he had maybe uh a tackle, assist, no sacks. I think that was last season. 15 games. I think they say he played 15 games. I think that's
He
what the
had
stat. And I
a
could be
tackle.
wrong. He had a solo tackle, a come on,
Hey, just
come on, a assist, no sack. And I'm not saying that to be super negative. What I'm saying to be really, really negative, they had him down for 15 games played. You should have 15 tackles, 7 assists.
At least a tackle the game, huh?
That's what I'm saying. If you out there, the
I
ball
mean,
has to come.
I guess with that, it kind of depends on how long he's getting in there. Like, if he's kind of like in there for like 2 plays,
That's what I said. One snap, two snap kind of guy. That's what I said. I think it's liberty bibby. He move. Like it's just insurance. It's something you pay, you forget about, unless you, like you said, unless something happens, unless Edmonds go down, unless something that we don't want to. Let's stop talking about it in that sense.
Right,
But
yeah.
that's it. He's exactly what I said. You wanna bundle your free safety and linebackers together and put them. That's what we got with those last two guys right there. That's just insurance.
Um, and last but not least, well, look, let's just let's just give Jalen Johnson his respect. I got him up here. He was an off-season move, not an addition. He was already here. We franchise tagged Jalen Johnson. I'm glad we gave our man 4 years, 76 million. He deserved it. He
I
should have
would
been
have gave him
signed during the
80.
season. I was
Should have gave him
advocating
80.
for it.
I would have gave him
Y'all
80.
got any words for JJ?
I would have gave him 80.
Oh, sheesh.
I would have gave him a little bit more.
You little 4 million.
If we would have did it earlier on, yeah, I could see. I like the longer we took to pop the question,
Yeah.
the
the
bigger
better
the
he
ring
got.
should have been. You know what I mean? The longer we've been dating for so long, and she's been patient, and you should have a bigger ring
Getting
because
into the
with
Pro
Taylor.
Bowl and stuff like that.
And he had to do all of that. He had to do all of that
Just
for us to act, we knew what he was gonna be.
Yep.
But like I said, I think we had kind of that buyer's remorse with Eddie Jackson. I don't want to bring that up, but I think we had that kind of and he's like, oh, you think I still ain't that?
You think okay? Let me show you then.
Let me show you. Let me show you what I can do. The ones he almost had. The play.
Oh my god!
There were so many so close.
Right? You see what I'm saying? And then we like get on our knee, back.
And pop the question.
Hey, Pops, that's why I said. That's why my comment on it should have been 80. Round
Should've
it
been
off
80.
to the nearest tenth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Show him some love since you tried to disrespect him during the season in the first place.
You tried to question. You tried to play it. You tried to some terms I want to say, but I kind of don't want to say. But yeah, you tried to question my man's, and he showed you that he deserved it. Like I said, give him 80, and we're gonna spend money anywhere. Give him a 5th-round pick. Shit.
We will move on to our last player. But hey, look, we got 50 people in the chat right now. If you probably ain't been to the channel before, this is probably your first time here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Black Bear Podcast. We are here all week. We go live every Saturday recapping the Chicago Bears week, especially this past week with free agency opening up. We will be here all year round. The regular season, we do post-game shows. Tune into the Black Bear Podcast. One word.
One word is where it's at.
Greg B said we got very little cap left after Allen, and that is a fact, which is why it's good that it's time to fill these holes with some rookies, I guess. We got to get some rookie contracts in here.
Which screams draft Caleb, right? That screams draft
I mean,
Caleb. I'm just saying.
Justin doesn't make much this year, so
Justin
Yeah,
does
but
not make much. I think what 2.7 or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
something like
Justin
that.
Justin don't make much this year.
But we'll get into that. We like
I was just about to say,
get into
I see the jabs coming. The QB jabs are coming, so
yeah.
we could definitely talk about that. Last player, who we got last? Who we got left? Oh, Cuzzo. Let me get this down.
For
So
my
we can see
name's
Cuzzo
sake.
name.
For my name's sake.
Dante Pettis. Welcome
Pettis,
back to the
gang.
team, my boy. Look, actually,
Welcome
when Dante
back,
Pettis,
family.
when Dante Pettis was here, he was like our best receiver.
Oh my God,
you
he
know
was
what I mean?
just out of nowhere. When things looked like it was gonna go awry, he was that guy. You know, I'll get my Dr. Seuss on a little bit.
Hey,
When things when it was
that was
just like,
good.
oh my God, Justin, what are you gonna do? And he just slung it, and he's just sitting there like it was like, man, it's like those movies where the ball is just in the air and it's slow, and you like, is this gonna be that movie where he catches it and it's happy, or is it gonna be that teach you a lesson and he drops it and he just catches? I still remember the 51 yard. I tell you, it was right there. And you know who the closest person was him? The hot dog man.
Hot dog man.
The dude in the stands
The-
selling hot dogs. The closest person to
Selling
Dante
hot
Pettis on
dogs.
that touchdown was the hot dog man. He called. Go back, pull a clip up. We'll bring it up and look at that cross the field pass to Dante Pettis, 51
Was
yard
that the
touchdown.
49er
I
game?
think it was the 49ers. I think it was week 2 or something. Something like that. And Justin was like he was just losing everything. And it was like Dante Pettis just stood there. He was like, "Oh, y'all gonna go over there? Y'all all just gonna keep running over that way to it? Everybody, y'all, spacing is a thing." And it's like Justin saw him and he just let it go across the field. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, he sucks. What is he throwing the ball at?" And I remember it. And I seen it. And I remember being at the bar. And I remember knocking my nachos over. Because that's my namesake. This ain't my real name down here. You know, that's for government purposes only. But that's my last name. That's my man's. And he caught it and I lost it. Nachos in it. Beer gone.
Cuzzo got the 51-yard
Oh,
touchdown.
he's
Like, it's over
he's
with.
gone. He's gone. He's good. And like I said, he's like I said, he's that good. He's that good. Like I said, we got Keenan Allen, we got DJ Moore. We talk about that Tyler Scott or that other rookie we draft,
Mhm.
and he's like that linchpin. Like I said, just in case, because he knows exactly kind of what he's doing, where to be, and he knows. Like I said, he's somebody you can forget that can hurt you.
Yeah.
Uppercut.
Kevin, what you got on Dante Pettis?
Shall I said no?
I just had that. It looked like would be a good addition to our um, wide receiver room as well as our special teams room because I saw that he had a number of like kick returns or punt returns, one of the two. He did one, but not the other. I can't remember which one it was. But I mean that's an area that we've kind of been flip flopping around for a little while, having Velus
Hey,
Jones.
hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold
David
on.
West.
That is true. Oh my God. It's
Oh my
true.
God.
Are
Oh
you
my
kidding
God.
me?
Hang on a second. Where the fucking drop? Justin Fields has been traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh my God.
Kidding me.
I'm glad we are on air. While
Well,
this
we
is
don't
dropped.
need a quarterback podcast now.
We definitely don't need a quarterback podcast now. This is crazy. Look, hey, wow. And you know what's crazy about this situation? People was mocking that the fact that everybody's saying, oh, basically they were saying Justin is gonna be traded to 100 teams. People was like mocking that point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but if these quarterbacks are leaving these teams and then there's a void for a quarterback to be there, yes, it is an option for the Bears to trade Justin Fields there. The Steelers just traded Kenny Pickett. I swear to God, I thought about this when they traded Kenny Pickett to the Eagles. I'm like, who better to have Justin Fields sit behind? Because yes, he will sit behind Russell
He's
Wilson.
going to sit behind Russell for 1 year.
Who better to have Justin Fields sit behind than Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Who better to have coach him than Mike Tomlin? Oh my God, I'm happy for Justin Fields. I am so happy for Justin Fields.
Get on my
Wow.
whiz. I gotta get on my whiz. I gotta
Wow.
give me a whiz. Give me
Wow.
a black and yellow.
You got to get you a
no
terrible foul.
I'm still shocked.
I'm not shocked at all.
I'm not shocked at all either.
I'm actually relieved, if anything. Now I don't have to talk to people. I don't have to people. And
I need
it's
to see
over.
the trade
It's done.
compensation.
Yeah,
It ain't done. These people that have been talking trash about Justin for months, they gonna just keep talking trash and say, "See, they were right." This is validation for all of them,
Oh yeah, most
and
definitely.
that's the thing that
Most
bothers me because it's like,
But
I don't know.
A fourth for him, probably the fourth they got for. Okay.
Wow.
For me, it's
Wow.
my whole thing is like somebody's gonna be validated at the same time. If we're gonna get on, we gotta. If you're gonna box, you gotta take a punch. And I'm
You do?
okay
Then
with that.
Caleb better come here ready to play because
And
if
that's
he
my
takes
thing.
the 2 to 3 years or whatever to develop,
And like I said,
then
that's gonna hurt.
all the people that have been supporting
My
Justin
thing is this. Think
ain't
about
gonna
this.
support Caleb.
Think about this, David. Would it if let's and I like I said, I don't wanna speak negatively into the Bears' future, but what would look worse, like you said, for the naysayers and us and us Justice Field people and all kind of stuff, would have been worse for us to continue to kind of not have a really good Justin Fields or draft Caleb and then he not be what he's supposed to be. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
We're saying that Justin Fields is a franchise quarterback that can lead a team to a Super Bowl.
Right.
They're
And I think
saying
he's a
Caleb
starter.
Williams is a generational talent. I saw somebody said something about if you had the first overall pick, would you pass up on Michael Jordan? I'm like, you compare him to Michael Jordan, first of all, and we in Chicago, you don't do that.
Oh,
Second of
wow.
all, Michael Jordan
Chat's
wasn't even the
pouring
first
in right
overall
now.
pick.
exactly.
One second, fellas. Hey, chat,
Yeah.
this is big news. Justin Fields has just been traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. David West is saying it's a conditional 6th-round pick that can become a 4th-rounder going to the Bears. A new era in Chicago. Listen, chat, put
You
the
right,
feelings
Dave?
in the chat. We will get to every chat y'all put up here.
Express
And
yourself.
please express your feelings, express it, and let's talk about it because this is crazy.
Yeah, I guess we do got to do a whole podcast on quarterback because I feel like
Oh my God.
But yeah, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. Yes,
And
yes.
look,
Stereo choir. Yes, sir. That's wild.
there is no victory laps. If you were a Caleb fan, there's no victory laps that should be taken right now. If you look, the writing to me, the writing was on the wall for a long time. It all signs pointed to Justin Fields being traded. All signs pointed to Caleb Williams being drafted. There's no need for a victory lap. Justin Fields, to me, is a starting quarterback in this league, and he should start over Russell Wilson. I think, doesn't he cost more than Russell Wilson right now for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes.
I think so. I
Like
think so.
2 million versus like 1.1.2.
Yeah, 1.2. I don't think it is. But I think it's like I said, those politicians, those coaches, those people, they know that they got, like I said, 1 or 2 years to get it right, or you got to go. And like I said, I was under the guise of, hey, if Poles didn't do this, trade Fields and make it look like, damn it, I tried, he'll be gone. Because like I said, staying with Eberflus was questionable already. So it's like, how are you gonna show us that you really, really trying? All these free agents you just got, but you said you was gonna build through the draft, like you were just saying, Mark. All this kind of stuff. It's like
Keeping Eberflus was definitely questionable. I was a Harbaugh dude. Bring Harbaugh in, bring Caleb in, and let them handle the situation.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and like I said, I at this point now, I will go into my closet and I'm.
let me get some of these chats up there. Hey Wes, we can't hear you no more. Phil said unbelievable. Hey, Phil, this is crazy right now. This is crazy. Listen to the Justin Fields fans out there who wanted him to continue to be our quarterback. You just got to look at it like this.
Yeah,
I continue to look at it this way. Would the Cowboys? I feel like the Cowboys would trade Dak Prescott for Caleb Williams.
Yes, now.
I think Miami will trade Tua for Caleb Williams.
They could.
That's just what I think. I gotta get some of these comments up here because they coming in
my
right
lady,
now.
My lady's mad.
Oh, trust me, mine is too. Oh,
I'm
mine
not
is
playing
too.
with you. You want to come on the podcast and express yourself? I told you to follow us.
Please, hey, chat, hit that like
button.
button.
Watching us, you would have knew. You would have got the news.
Subscribe to the Black Bear Podcast. You heard it here first. Justin Fields has been traded for a 6th round pick. Let's get that correct. 6th round pick, but can be a 4th round pick.
Now I'm gonna get his first.
Oh, gosh.
She moving to PA. Sorry.
I'm gonna just get through some of these chats real quick. Greg B. Pitts not trusting old Russ with the bus keys. I agree with that. Justin Fields will take over at some point.
At least next season.
Yeah,
for sure. I would guarantee you next season he will be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Phil 23 said, I hope the people who stand for Justin Fields these last few months feel ashamed for lying to everyone. Oh wow, that's
like I told you, they're gonna come at everybody with that shit. That is exactly what's gonna happen.
That's a harsh choice of words, Phil. But you're right. Deep. You're right, Phil. I wouldn't say we're lying. I would just say, hope and a prayer.
I mean, until our first year with Caleb is out of the way,
and that's what I'm
nobody's
saying.
really
that's exactly what I'm saying. We let them have this day. Hey, I'm a United States Marine veteran. Let them have this battle. Sometimes you got to take a couple steps back, regather yourself to win the war. And we'll see. And I'm not saying like I want Caleb to do bad. Like I said, I don't want to.
No way. You can't if you're a Bears fan. No Bears fan should feel that way.
I want him to be
I can say that there are probably some Bears fans that out here pretty salty about how Justin Fields got like hardly any help, and then the year they decide to get rid of Fields and draft Caleb, they're going out getting a second star wide receiver, and all the line help that they got.
We had the wrong Ryan.
So I was talking about this.
You're right. You absolutely right.
We had the wrong Ryan.
The wrong Ryan.
It should have been Poles. I think they misspelled it. Pace should have been Poles.
I agree. Look, like I said, I've been on record in my previous videos. I was for drafting Caleb Williams and trading Justin Fields. I love Justin Fields. Don't get me wrong. But I do think on Justin Fields' worst day, which I am you see who's on the side of our background. That's Justin Fields right there. I gotta change that whole thing. I gotta change that whole shit now. Look, on Justin Fields' worst day, I think his floor is way lower than Caleb's floor. I think on Caleb's worst day, he's a lot better than Justin Fields. We saw Justin on his bad days get us 100.
I beg to differ.
We saw Justin get us a throw for 110 yards or some shit like that on his worst day. That's horrible. Justin was struggling to throw for 200 passing yards. He was.
We'll never know until.
I'm not gonna get. We talk a free agency.
Yeah, we can do that next week. We can have a whole 3 hours set aside just to discuss this.
I think
the
like
news
I said,
broke.
I think
that you gotta put your feelings out there now.
No, I'm just saying. I think they're closer as far as everybody's saying. Generation this. I think they're way closer than everybody think they are.
Mm-hmm.
But just like Dev said, if it was reversed and Caleb got drafted 3 years ago and Justin Fields was going to be the number 1 overall generational talent coming out, it would be flip flop. Caleb will be going to Pittsburgh and we'll be drafting Justin Fields. It's the same thing to me.
If Caleb was playing like Justin. Okay, so for the Justin fans in the chat and the Justin fans on the screen with me, Wes and Devin, I need y'all to answer this question for me. What is your criticism for Justin Fields? If you had to criticize Justin Fields right now, what is your criticism for him?
Probably
He's
holding the ball too long.
no, he should have abandoned ship. He should have abandoned. You know when something wrong. You know how they tell kids when like stranger danger. Like when you tell kids when you feel that in your gut. Like Justin, if I was Justin, I would have been going off. I wouldn't apologize for criticizing
Oh, for
coaches.
sure, for
I would have
sure.
been throwing the ball to whoever I wanted to. I would have been running. I would have had in huddles. I would have. You know how when you was little and you played football and you had the football out and you like, hey Mark, I want you to run a post
You
like this.
drawing
You
the
use the
routes up on the
lines on that.
football.
If I was Justin Fields, I would have had a football in the huddle, running my own plays I wanted to run, throwing the ball to who I wanted to throw it to.
So basically, look, because
Because he had nobody to
obviously,
throw the ball. He really had nobody to throw the ball to.
see, and I
Way better
agree to a
situation.
certain extent. Because look, not this past year.
This past year was
DJ Moore had his best season ever. Not only that, Darnell Mooney just got 3 years, $39 million. So obviously, Atlanta don't think he was the issue.
I don't think Mooney was the
Or
issue either,
Atlanta
but
could overpay.
I think the thing is, remember when Justin's rookie year, Mooney was up there. You know what I'm saying? Justin's second year, Mooney got hurt halfway through the season, and he was on track to have another really really good year. He got hurt
that
halfway through
ankle.
the season,
Yep.
that ankle, right? And then I think he tried to come back, got hurt again, and then his predominant receiver became Cole Kmet. That's why Cole Kmet still
Developed
looks
his
better
trust.
every year. DJ Moore looks better because the talent, and I'm pretty sure Caleb is going to look better on paper than Justin. But if you look at what we
better.
just talked about, everything he got, Caleb's
He
going to have a
better.
better defense. He's going to have a better offensive coordinator.
For
he's
sure.
He's going to have a better. So if you have if you have better ingredients, don't you think the food would taste better?
So look,
You're right. Absolutely
Justin
right on
Fields,
that. I
for
agree.
Justin Fields, look, because this is a fact, and I looked this up last night because my lady asked me to do an episode basically defending Justin Fields, and I'm a Caleb guy, but I told y'all boys, I could do both sides. Justin Fields receiver, not this past year, but the year we won 3 games and he almost broke the rushing record. Every receiver on that team, besides Darnell Mooney, is in the free agency. None of them are signed. Byron Pringle, Chase Claypool, fucking Trent Taylor or whoever, you name those dudes. They're not signed. The Chicago Bears did Justin Fields a huge disservice. But you got to remember one thing.
Okay.
It happens. And Justin Fields ain't the only quarterback in NFL history that has been dealt a bad hand.
You're right about that.
Don't cry. She's gonna cry.
Look, and she's not the only one. It's a lot of Bears fans that Justin Fields is the most beloved quarterback in our team history.
And that's my thing. And my whole thing is everybody keep talking about generational talent. Also, okay, you want to throw the word generational? We need, like we talk about these free agents, that mindset, this iffy about what we're gonna get. If Caleb comes in here with this poisonous off the field presence,
What's the page?
The Black Bear Podcast, one word.
Hey, the Black Bear Podcast, one word, no space.
The Black Bear Podcast, one word. Dang, in the same house, can't even get it right. But still, no, my whole thing is the one thing that Bears fans love more is tenacity, it's dedication, it's resolve. That's why we love Jordan. That's why we like Walter. That's why that's why we love those. That's why we like Dick. We don't care where you from, how you grew up, what none of that. We want you to have that heart. Yeah, we want you to have that heart. Know that embodiment of what the city of Chicago is. And I live in the Southwest,
Absolutely.
and it ain't out here. It ain't at USC. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. No palm trees, no beach days, no coastal living.
Just hard work.
This is 0 degree, -10 Chicago Bears stuff. And that's the only question I have about Caleb. Justin showed that even, I get, okay, we want to take talent, but as that quarterback, the reason most of us stand behind him, because we feel safe enough to say, like, even though we still feel like he can do, we know he still can do. He won't leave us. He's not gonna go out for a pack of cigarettes and never come home. You know what I mean? He's gonna stay here with us, and he's gonna build with us and be with us.
Absolutely.
I don't believe the same in Caleb.
Look,
Not yet. Let me throw that in there before I go dot dot dot. Not yet. Caleb could change my mind in 6 games, 1 game maybe.
To be fair, we didn't feel that way about Fields before Fields got here. So
Right when he
we
first
still
came, we
have to
still
give ourselves
questioned it
that
too.
option.
Ohio.
well,
Remember, we was
it
talking
look
about Ohio State quarterbacks and all of that.
it looked like Timothy agreed with you. He said, "Hell yeah,
Yeah.
watch Peyton
Watch
through the
Payton through the
'70s and the
70s,
'80s."
80s. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we looking for. And like I said, we not we not doing nothing bad to Caleb. We said the same thing about Justin who's coming in. When has Ohio State developed a good quarterback and this, that, and the third, and running backs and RG3. We talk about all these running quarterbacks. Is he gonna be that? Is he gonna be that? And then we got him, and then we like, man, like we saw it. Like you said, we did him such a disservice. But God, did he not put everything out there on that field for us?
For
And
sure,
it
for
was
sure.
fun too.
hmm When we won 3 games, that was probably one
It
of the
was
most
enjoy.
exciting 3-game win
It was
seasons we
in.
ever had.
It was so. It was
You're
still
right.
enjoyable. Like that's what we can get at, man. That's what we can get at.
Look,
So
so my question for
Right.
y'all and for the chat, for basically Justin fans, are y'all ready to turn the page? Like, how long are
Already.
y'all going? Hold on, how long are y'all going to sulk about this?
I'm done.
And-
I just did.
okay,
I'm over it. I'm done. It's nothing I can do about it. What can I
okay.
do? I can't go get a. I don't got a receipt. I can't go get it back.
Mm-mm.
So now I'm
Mm-mm.
finna
so
sit here and hey, look, I gotta figure out what jersey number Williams gonna wear because he might not be 13. Keenan Allen might keep that. Who knows? I don't know. If you put on one, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I don't know. That might rub me wrong. But other than that, like, dude, I'm just in Caleb DM. Like, hey, you better come. You better come.
Every day you said I'm gonna need until game 7.
Hey, look, yeah, yeah. I'm in the
so
game like game 7.
I have a friend of mine. He lives in Germany. He's he's
Okay.
very big into the NFL, which is surprising because of the fact that it's not so big in Germany. And so he doesn't really have a whole lot of people that he can talk to. But him and I talk back and forth throughout the season all the time about,
hmm
and so he is a big Steelers
Set
fan
up, cutie.
because when he came into watching the league was when Ben Roethlisberger was there. So, and the concept of the Steelers being like hard grit, like steel workers, like their city is tough, and like personally, like I will always love Justin, so I will watch him play for the Steelers. I will root for him there, and for all the people saying like there, I think there was a comment saying I hope it doesn't backfire and he goes
hmm
like Kyle Orton, who went to the
yeah.
Broncos and did well,
hmm
and personally, I don't see that as a backfire because somebody else going and having success somewhere else, like, yeah, it'll suck because he didn't get that success here, but I'm gonna be happy for him. Like, as much as I wanted him here, like Wes said, he's gone. We can't be doing anything about that now. So all we as Fields fans can do is hope that he does well, and then hope for whoever it is. I mean, we keep saying Caleb Williams, but Ryan Poles could just pull a rabbit out of his hat and draft somebody else entirely at this point. We don't even know. So whoever it is that's at quarterback next year,
Hey,
we just gonna
these
get behind them and support them too.
Wait,
hey
hey,
these
Mark.
chats, they going
Whoa! They going
crazy in
crazy in
the
the
chat.
chat. But whoa, hey, Devin, what you mean? Wait, so you just said Ryan Poles might give us the okey doke, maybe trade the pick anyway, get some more picks.
If he does that, I
That
guarantee you
would
this whole
be
city will explode.
that would be have your kids, have your wife. Like that would be like the worst thing to do. Like you to go get what was Daniels or Bo Nix
Drake
or
made
JJ Drake
Jaden
May,
Daniels, Bo
JJ
Nix.
McCarthy, all
I
that.
don't see that happening. Like
Hell
as
no.
soon
It
as
cannot.
Justin
It's
Fields
not,
gets traded,
one thing is for sure, and two things for certain. That could not happen at all.
I'm gonna tell y'all
Period.
boys right now, because
Period.
I'm gonna tell y'all boys right now, and we gonna be covering it. We
Yeah.
gonna be there. We gonna be here after every Bears game
Yeah.
talking about number 13. Oh, because he's getting number 13. He's getting his number. I know Keenan Allen is number
Yeah,
13.
yeah.
I know, but
Tyler
even
Scott is
besides
number
Keenan Allen,
13.
Tyler
Scott.
Scott is number 13. So Tyler Scott finna get some money from both of them dudes. Look, hey, who the highest bidder? Give me some
Who's
bread
the
if you
highest
have his number. That's how it's gonna be. But I'm gonna
I
tell
mean,
y'all
he's
boys
got
right
to make
now,
money somehow.
the Chicago Bears are indeed a powerhouse.
I
We
know
have
you
a franchise quarterback. He is, look, say what
Oh,
you want.
I'm with you. 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 I'm happy. Everybody happy. It's the people that's saying the craziness. I just saw. I think
It's a
Daniel
couple,
just said.
yeah.
Daniel
Hold
said
on.
we dead last in the division. Like, okay,
This one
I,
right here.
I'm slighted, but I'm not stupid. Like, yeah, I'm slighted, but I'm not.
But
We
really,
they gonna
finished dead
suck.
last? Come on,
How?
man.
How? In 5 minutes?
I mean, we finished dead last
Like I
last
said,
year.
nah. Yeah, we was already dead last, dude. What you mean?
Yeah,
But like
What's
I,
gonna
I will
happen?
say the dead last, we were bare like it was a close our conference was a close conference.
Hey,
Our division was close. It wasn't like we were like 2 wins.
yeah. Thank you,
I mean,
Justin.
I love
we
this
did
one. I
well.
love this one.
Yeah,
This
you
one.
know.
Thanks for the 3 great years,
Thanks.
JF1.
3 great
For
years. It was
sure.
fun. It was fun. It's like, hey, look, it ain't working out. We breaking up. Hope the next person you move on to treat you right and you do good.
Okay, so what y'all think about this one? Hold on. This is funny. Y'all better keep reporting on Justin too.
We can do a
I'll be
comparison.
honest.
We can do a weekly comparison.
dude,
Every game,
dude,
yeah.
Justin is
Because
gonna
you know what Justin
follow.
gonna have? You know what Justin? What's that? Ari Daniels miss. It's gonna be Caleb Williams these many completions. Caleb Williams these many tips. Caleb Williams these many touchdowns. These many rush yards. These many. Justin Fields. He had a towel in his
Yep.
hand. He drank some
Yep.
Gatorade.
Mm-hmm.
He has
It
popcorn.
was
He has
it
some
was purple
sunflower seeds.
Gatorade or some
At
shit
least the
like
first,
that.
at least right, at least the first season. That's what's going to happen, unless something happens to Russell Wilson, he gets hurt, or he makes somebody mad or something, and they decide to bench him, or get on
I
Mike
mean,
Tomlin nerves. Because Mike Tomlin ain't no punk. If Justin try to get pretty with him, he will sit him down quick. So
Justin's a hard worker though. They like that was one thing that the players always said was he was the first
yeah,
one there when they got there for practice,
Yep.
and he was the last one to leave the field after every practice. So I don't see that happening. I see him being able to respect. Like Tomlin's put together a winning season every single year. At the very least,
right.
let's go ahead and like be happy that he might have his first winning season.
Hey, dude,
With no,
I'm not laughing
you
at
see him.
these
I see
fucking
him. I see him down
comments
there too.
are
Hey, I see him down there
hilarious,
too.
dog.
Like at this
Fields
point, like
gave
I
it his
said,
all for Chicago. It
yeah,
isn't just Caleb or kick
right,
rocks. I got
right.
mad respect for Fields. Thank you for
Thank
that
you.
comment.
Thank you, Greg. That's what it is. And like I said, Miss Daniels, I don't know if we will, because I don't know if that would be something to report on. To be honest with you, at right now, what I can see. But what we definitely gonna do is we gonna dissect Caleb Williams every day, every season, every game, everything.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna see a lot of that. And not just like I said, I was a Justin Fields fan. I'm not gonna come up here and just drag Caleb through the mud and all that kind of stuff. It's just like Jay Z said, show me what you
He's
got.
So Clint said, "What do you guys think? This just did to the locker room. They would go to war for JF1. Now I'm
That's the
glad you
thing.
put this comment up
That's
there
exactly right, Clint.
because they've asked these dudes in the locker room plenty of times, and they riding for Justin, of course. But as y'all saw, Jalen Johnson recently said, "We professionals, we know
Yeah.
how this go."
that yeah.
But
I
you
mean,
gonna
We
like
talk
know.
to you gonna say that to the dude that just got $75 million?
So,
Really?
yeah.
You just gave me $75 million. I'll say what you want. What you want me to say? What you want me to say?
Look,
What color hat am I wearing to the press? $75 million. My whole thing is I want to see
mhm.
specifically DJ Moore's reaction to this.
Oh, because he's been riding for Justin
I
the
want to
entire.
that's what I want to see. And like I said, I want Caleb to at least come in with the understanding. I see all the fake news, I guess you can call
Mhm.
it, about what Caleb said and how he is and
Yep,
all that kind of
yep. It's
stuff.
a
And
whole lot of
and I'm
that.
not and I'm not believing on that. Even when I make my whole SoCal comments on palm trees and beaches and all that kind of stuff about it, I'm not holding that against Caleb. I'm just saying, are you ready for this? It's like I said, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. Before you go to Marine Corps boot camp, you stand on yellow footprints, and they say this is your last time before you turn around. Because after this, your whole entire life is going to change. Are you ready?
It's
And then you
Chicago.
enter, you know, and that's how we enter the Marine Corps, and that's how you finna enter when you land at O'Hare or Midway, or if you coming in on a Metro or a Mega Bus or whatever you coming in on, Caleb. Just know
Private jet.
once your feet hit Michigan Ave,
Hmm.
it's it. Ain't no turning around, no return flights, no nothing. You better come here and do what you supposed to do,
Yep.
and do it with humility, pride. I don't care. I mean, like, you better show us the best person you can be, no matter what you do. And I'm not even saying, even if you have bad games and all that kind of stuff, I'm not even talking about stats. I'm talking about the person.
Oh, he's going to have bad games for sure.
I know that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to bring that up. I want people like, oh, we need to wait for
Right.
him to develop. I'm
Right.
not talking about that. I'm talking about
Hmm.
the human being person that we need in Chicago. It's not that. You know, we only can have one Kanye, only one crazy person. That's it.
Don't forget. Look, I don't even want to say his name. Anyway,
Yeah.
uh, look, this is the third biggest media, but third biggest sports market. Caleb will look like you just said. The locker room loves Justin. Caleb Williams will have to go into that locker room, be a man, and take
And
control of that
when
locker room.
hmm
And he got to earn those guys respect. It's not gonna come easy. They're not just gonna give it to him, especially when what is Caleb? I don't know, what, 22 or something like that. They're not just gonna give you his respect, their respect. You got to go earn it, Caleb. You got Ryan Poles put you here. He gave you the opportunity. It ain't gonna come easy. You got to go in there and handle business. You
Yeah,
can't.
the
They gonna
fake news.
sense it.
Yeah, the
They gonna
fake news
sense it.
ain't good. Like everybody else say, well, I haven't heard. Everybody saying I haven't heard Caleb say he won't to own a team and all that kind of stuff. You know what they say? And every lie there's a little bit of truth. So all of this, they
Oh
be saying,
no,
you know,
the team thing, that's true, but not from Caleb.
yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, my whole thing is it's the what you bring. Like we were just talking about Keenan Allen, we were just talking about
Hmm.
all these other free agents and what we want them to bring into Hollis Hall. Now we definitely now, like I said, we said we'll wait to see what happens. We saw what happened. He has to come in knowing, like,
Yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
like talent wise on the field, yeah, I will give you leeway to develop, Caleb. But as a grown man, once you step in Chicago, grow up and be a grown man. Be ready to lead. You know what I'm saying? Be ready to earn that respect.
Hmm. He's gonna have to. I'm telling you. Or otherwise, the Chicago media gonna chew him up and spit him the fuck out. I like this one right here. Draft day can't get here fast enough. I'm ready to move on from this Caleb talk and see what the rest of the team picks will be. Dude, I've been ready for, and not just us, shit. Justin been ready for this to be over. He didn't care at this point. He was just like, dude, just let me know where I'm going. I want
Yeah.
to watch film in the offseason. I want to
Right.
study film. I can't study film. I don't know where I'm going to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I agree
That's
with
right.
you, Greg B. We all just, I'm glad it's over with. It's probably going to linger on for another week.
it ain't
Everybody
over.
podcast, everybody sports talk show, first take, the national media, the local media, everybody about to be talking about this all week. So lace them up. It's going to
Lace
be
them
a
up. Just wait. If you're a Bears fan, if you're a Justin Fields fan, don't put your phones on Do Not Disturb. Don't ignore the text messages.
preach.
Let's stand forward. Cause like I said, we ain't did nothing wrong.
Nope.
We ain't lie about nothing.
we didn't do nothing wrong. All we did was support the person that was the Chicago
That's all
Bears.
we did. And like I said, it would be shameful to sit here and say we want to see Caleb fail. That would suck. I don't want to see him fail. Like I said, Rob, you said how long it's gonna take for us to turn the page? Let me see. Go Caleb. Let's go,
I like
Caleb.
that.
The
I like that.
CW, ain't that the TV show in the city? The CW,
The
kind of what?
CW.
The CW, baby. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. Like
You
I
turned
said,
that page, huh?
that's it, man. There's nothing else I can do. I'm still gonna be when they come out here to Arizona. I'm gonna be right there on the sideline, down there, and yelling at Cardinals fans. Like I told you, Rob, I'll be up there for a couple games. I gotta see who else they play. Hopefully I see them in Saint in
New
I was
Orleans.
gonna say St. Louis, but New Orleans. When I go down there for the Super Bowl this year, I'm hoping to see. I'm hoping Caleb
Ooh,
takes
that's
it.
big talk. Hey, that is big talk. I love
Yeah,
it. Super Bowl vibes.
yeah. I'm hoping. That's my hope, my desire. I would love to say at the end of this season,
He's
thank you,
putting that
Caleb.
out into the
Look,
universe.
yeah, I would love it. I would have no problem with it, and I don't have no problem defending my comments previously before this about keeping Justin and all that kind of stuff. It's like at this point, cool. Why
It,
waste
it
what you just built? If that's how you feel, don't waste what you just built on Justin Fields. Cool, you got it.
my thing, and y'all know, y'all can hear it. I'm a Caleb guy, but I was pissed off hearing this. Excuse me, y'all seen the quarterbacks that was signed and traded for before Justin? People was acting like
Ridiculous,
that meant that they were fucking Gardner Minshew, Sam Darnold,
ridiculous,
Kenny
ridiculous,
Pickett. You
ridiculous,
name them. Like, come on, man. People were
ridiculous.
saying just because they were going first, teams were picking them up first. Like they were, but they're not better than Justin. I still think Justin is a starter quarterback in this league. DeAndre Swift said in his press conference,
They,
Justin ain't even reached his potential yet.
not
He
even
ain't
yet.
even tapped into what he can be. It's just the Bears ain't waiting on that.
Yeah,
We ain't
the
waiting
whole
on
thing
that.
about it is, like I said, it's political. If we didn't have the number one overall pick, we wouldn't have this conversation right now. If we had the
Ari
sixth pick,
Daniels,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I'm saying if we had what the fifth pick, let's just say that pick, because that's not our pick, right?
Mm-mm.
Let's say that pick turns
No,
out
it's
to be
from
the fifth
Carolina.
pick. Let's say that turns out to be we only had the ninth pick and the 22nd pick in the first round. Do you think
Mm-hmm.
we'd be having this conversation right now?
Oh, no chance. No chance.
Absolutely not.
We're talking about who we getting to help Justin. What we
That's what we
finna
talk.
to, there's no Caleb
Trade.
talk.
We'll be talking about trading up to get a neighbors or a Marvin Harrison Jr. So
Yeah,
let's
there's
not act like
no.
his talent or who he was the defining fact. The fact was we had the number one overall picks. Some people in suits upstairs wanted to make sure that they made it look like they was trying their best to do better, best by the Bears franchise and the Bears fans, and that's all that happened. It was a business decision, and that's it. That's how I
Timothy
see it.
said, "All right, Wes, catch you next time. Bear down.
All
Hey,
right,
appreciate
Tim,
you
man.
tuning
Catch you
in,
next time,
Timothy.
bro.
You got some fans in here, Wes. Hey, you talking
Hey
your
man, I
shit
just keep it. I
tonight?
just keep it real, man. Like I'm just saying what it is, dude. I'm just saying what. She look. She finna cry. Y'all finna have me. I gotta go buy roses and chocolate now.
Trust me, my lady
But
just is sick. She
that's a
she
sick, man. Like
yeah,
yeah, but like I said, I'm happy it's over. I'm happy it's done. In the sense of I'm just happy we don't have to talk about it. I don't have to keep getting asked
oh
about it.
my god, dude, you and me
I,
both.
like I said, I wish Justin great things. What I do know is that Tomlin finna have a job for the next 10 years.
Next decade.
Next decade, he's set. We talk about coaches not getting fired ever. He's
Interesting.
never getting fired. He's gonna die in that building probably. That's because he
Just
just set
last year,
himself
they
up.
were talking about how he's not going to have a job again, even though he had a winning season. And I'm like, how are you going to say he
Which
don't
was
won't have a
insane.
job when he had a
Watch,
winning season?
watch now, watch now, watch now. Now they got somebody that they can get behind. Like, and I'm not talking about Sierra's husband. We could keep getting these girls' husbands on this show.
Hey,
But
look.
yeah,
So
yeah, he's not gonna be there. Like I said, next season he's not gonna be there.
Ari Daniels said, got to hold Caleb to even higher standards and the level of scrutiny as we did Justin. And I have a feeling we won't. Gonna be hella excuses.
Oh, baby, yes, they is. Oh,
You
they finna
absolutely right.
they finna coddle this. That's what I said. My whole stance on it: come and be a grown man.
Say I'm gonna pick a day. I need to see a day.
Yeah, she want to be a guest.
Oh, for sure. What? For
uh,
sure.
but yeah, they gonna coddle them. They fin too, and that's why I said I am not. That's why Devin. I said it's okay if you want to come to me and talk about me and my opinions about Justin before all of this happened and all that. You want to hold me? That's why my phone is not on do not disturb. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
dodging no DMs or no
Yep.
text messages. I'm gonna let you know what I feel about it and all that. But he better stand on all 10 of his toes. I don't want to hear that. I mean, at one point in time, think about it, people was talking about put in Badging because Badging would be better.
Oh
Like
my
you,
God.
you know what I mean? Like, come on, like the things that they were saying about this man, and he stood 10 toes down and gave us and put on a show, and that's
Yeah.
why I love Justin Fields. And
The
if Caleb
Badgett
don't,
talk. I'm glad you brought
Absolutely
that up.
right.
The Badgett talk was crazy. Yeah, Badgett came in and did his thing. But first of all, Gatsby changed the entire game plan when Badgett came in. We was not, we weren't even playing the same type of football when Badgett came in. So we don't get me wrong, I like Badgett. I like him. He was
I like it.
serviceable. He did what he was supposed to
He
do.
did.
Undrafted.
Like I
Come
said,
on.
He did
I would love to have
exactly
him
what
as
he
our
was being
third.
paid to do.
I definitely love him to have be our third. That would be great. You know what I'm saying? I like
Possibly even our second over that other guy who's a replacement for Nathan
I don't
Peterman.
know. No, I
Right
don't
there.
know. Rumpelstiltskin, whatever his name was. I don't know.
Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, we just
But
signed
yeah,
Rumpelstiltskin.
yeah. But yeah,
Bagel.
it's bagel.
Damn.
Whatever.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah,
Look.
but like I said, we definitely need to get into this and get dig into it. Um, you see how they just. I'm sorry, Shane Walden, that we don't get to talk in depth about you, but I mean we
Oh
can't. But
yeah.
like I said, if we like I said, we here for the new, and this is the new news, and I just can't stop thinking about it. I'm pondering over it. I'm just
Oh, we'll be thinking about this for the rest of the weekend.
oh
Like I
god,
said, when Shannon Sharp and Stephen A and Colin Cowherd
I
and
don't want to
all
count.
them dudes
You
go
know how I
back to
feel
work
about
on
Colin.
Monday,
You know how I feel about Colin Cowherd.
it's gonna be all over the
It's
news
gonna be
again.
everywhere. It's gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna see what they got to say and all I told you so's and what you expect and it's the right move and all this other kind of stuff. And like I said, at this point now I turned the page and like I said, I hope you motherfuckers are right. I hope you're right. I hope he is generation. I hope he's a franchise quarter. He better be. That's where I'm at right now. He better be.
He better be, and I kept saying this the whole time. The only thing that's important is not Justin or Caleb. It's that
No.
the Bears can't fuck this up. We are in a historic, rare situation right now. You
Yeah.
have to get it right,
Now let's not let
regardless.
okay since the trade happened. Let's
Mhm.
because I don't want to get stuck in this. I don't want this to get stale and dry because we can keep going back and forth.
Right,
Since we now know who our quarterback is, pretty much 99.9% because we can't say 100% until we draft them, right?
right.
Let's talk about Shane Walden. He's was in the house of Belichick.
Yep.
Sean
Okay.
McVay,
Yep.
Pete Carroll,
Yep.
two-time Super Bowl champion.
Yes, sir.
Now brings me back to what I was just saying. Caleb, you can't fuck it up. How can you mess
First of
that's
all, look, Caleb had, like we were just talking, Caleb has more than Justin dreamed of having when he came here. He can't fuck this up. You got Keenan Allen, you got DJ Moore. Ask Justin if he would have loved to have them dudes when he came into the league. So look, I know I'm gonna hold Caleb accountable. We can't hear you, Wes. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Let me take him off the screen. Like I was saying, Caleb, I'm gonna hold him accountable. I'm a huge advocate. I'm not about to just coddle this dude. I'm damn sure not about to. Wait, can y'all hear me? Oh,
I
hold
can hear
on.
you.
Hey, Wes, you on mute. You're still on mute.
Can,
But I'm not.
I
I'm
can
not
hear
about
you.
to. I'm not gonna coddle Caleb. I'm holding him accountable for everything. There you go. We can hear you now.
there we go. There
I'm
we go.
holding him accountable for everything. And what I'm gonna pay attention to is everything that I personally faulted Justin Fields for. I don't want you holding that ball too long. When I looked at his film and he don't do that. Yeah, he likes to play hero ball. He like to take He like to take those shots. He like to hold it and go for the big play. But his throwing motion is naturally better than Justin to me. Justin got a little hitch. Justin brings that arm up and come. Justin had a lot to work on. He had a lot to work on.
Yeah, like I said, he had nobody to teach him, but that's cool. Like I said, what we gonna do with it? Like I said, I'm not gonna even go into the pros and cons of Justin anymore. I'm just gonna say good luck. I
Right.
know what we had. I know what he could have done, and I mean, I know we can critique all that. I just want to, like I said, Caleb. Um, can't make an excuse for Caleb. You can talk, you can say, and you can bring up college film and all that other kind of
No
stuff. For
excuses for
me,
him.
it's like, okay, well, that's a college defense in the college league and collegiate.
For
I mean,
sure.
I mean, you can do that against people getting a bachelor's in basket weaving. That's cool. That's fine. Good for you to do it. But when you come in here, like I said, look at that Notre Dame game. That looked like a NFL defense coming at you,
Hmm.
and it was bad for him. I hope he doesn't have to go through that. I hope if he does go through that, he prevails and he's successful in it. But like I said, I think it was Miss Darrington has said, give me the week 7. I'm with you on that too. That's a NBA playoff series, and that crowns champions in a different sport. But let me see how
Yeah.
you look after that. 4 out of 3, yeah, three, 3 and 4, whatever he is, But that gives us a good critique of what he is. He should see a lot of different defenses and a lot of different styles, and that gives the coaching staff and all of them chances to figure him out and figure out what he's comfortable with and all that kind of stuff. And at week 8 on this show on a Saturday, I will give my honest, true, honest. Like, this is where I think we at.
I'm glad Clint put this in the chat because I like to know what y'all fellas think. He said, any love for Daniels, Jaden Daniels, or just Caleb Williams, like, or any other
I mean,
quarterback, Drake May. What y'all thinking? Is it consensus? Caleb Williams, just Jaden Daniels was the
if you
Heisman.
get rid of Justin Fields and don't take Caleb Williams,
Then what's the point?
I guarantee you that we got so many people like if the division for the fan base is Caleb or Justin, and if you pick neither,
Like you just said.
I just don't see him keeping
Uh,
your job.
Yeah,
No,
like
no
I just said, this is
chance.
what everybody said. This is why they said give us. This is why the market dried up for him and all this kind of stuff because
Hmm.
they knew he was gonna go get
Yep.
Caleb, so they knew we can wait him out and get Justin
Yep.
Fields
It
for a
had
while,
nothing to do
all
with
that kind of
Justin
stuff.
Skill.
It had nothing to do with Justin's skills. Let's stop acting like Justin did something wrong and he did
I'm
nothing
glad you
wrong.
said that.
We
Yep.
can critique him down to he got a hitch in his throat. He
Yep.
held the ball 2 seconds longer than. Like, come on. That's saying like I got one too many dreads, but I still got dreads. Like like come on, man. Like, are we really gonna critique it down to
One
that and say that
too
he was
many
that?
dreads, but I
Like,
still
we gonna
got
say
dreads.
we gonna really that's what we really nitpicking about Justin, and then we saying, oh, he can make his team better. You just said half of them ain't even got jobs,
Mm-hmm. No,
and
no.
anybody who do got a job, other than I think Darnell Mooney,
Yep.
maybe,
Mm-hmm.
it's all in
Yep.
worse situations.
Yep.
Yeah, Nagy went and won a championship back where he was at before. He went back to his ex girlfriend, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
And not
okay,
only
cool
that,
for
but it
him.
was like how much is he really necessarily
Right? Was
contributing
he
to that
not,
team
right? Did he
ultimately?
contribute to
Exactly.
that at all?
Good
No.
point.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's my whole thing. So for them to go get anybody but Caleb Williams,
Slap in the face.
it's
Huge slap in the face.
idiotic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
God.
how a lot of Justin Field fans at this point are getting onto the point where they're like,
Yeah.
they can't pick anybody except Caleb now because it's like we said, slap in the face. So
No, no,
we went from we didn't like Caleb, we want Justin to now they have to pick Justin because they or Caleb because they got rid of Justin.
no, I think that is like a 100% consensus. If they don't, then it, like I just said with the whole set, if we didn't have the number 1 overall pick, we wouldn't be having this conversation in the first place. Justin would not be traded. We'll be
You
thinking
right.
of a different master plan. So the whole point is you just made the decision. You put your foot down, and if you stepped in it, you stepped in it. That's it. So if they were
I
to
like
go
that
with some,
analogy too.
yeah, if they were to go with somebody else, turn
Mm-hmm.
the TVs off. All these free agents we just talked about, tell them go home. Tell Shane Walden, my bad, because we
Go
brought you
watch
in
the
for no
Steelers at that
reason.
point.
You see what I'm saying? Like, all of this, we
Let,
did this for nothing. Then we
let's give
built.
Clint. Let's give Clint a farewell. He said, "Gotta go. Much love from Raleigh,
Raleigh,
North
North Carolina, baby, in
North
the South.
Carolina. Bear down.
Bear
Hey,
down.
appreciate you tuning
Clint,
in to the Black
thanks,
Bear
man.
Podcast. Make sure you
Yes.
hit that subscribe button, man. We here every week. Pop up shows throughout the week whenever the Bears drop some banging news. Follow the Black Bear Podcast on Facebook, YouTube. The Black Bear Podcast, one word, no spaces. We just got done covering the Chicago Bears free agent signings. Apparently, guys that are here to help Caleb Williams make that transition from college.
And we can say Caleb Williams now.
we can say definitively now. New subby Flint, Michigan in the house. Hey, shout out to Detroit.
Up, Flint?
Or not Detroit, but I'm getting a call.
That's east. That's northeast Chicago up there. Flint, area. I got peoples up there. Welcome in.
Hey, appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate you tuning in. We here to talk Bears every week, Saturday. Check us out. Then when game days come, we will be here after the game, letting our emotions hang out on our sleeve. We're gonna wear it on our sleeve. You're gonna know exactly how we feel about Caleb Williams throwing 3 interceptions in game 1. You're gonna know exactly how we feel about Caleb Williams throwing 3 touchdowns in game 1. However, the way the pendulum swing,
you'll know how you feel when he beats Green Bay.
Oh my God.
Honestly,
my God.
you know what?
This city about to go nuts
if he does that, I think that would be Pepto Bismol in all our upset stomachs.
For sure. That's a fact.
It would. I agree.
It would be like, I can't even be mad at you.
When the last time we beat Green Bay?
I don't know, like 10 years ago, maybe. I think something.
Man,
it's been a minute.
I stopped counting. I stopped caring. I mean, it was to a point where that's what our goal was, to win 2 games, and that was against Green Bay both times.
Man, that's crazy. Look, Bears fans I never met before, you never met. Everybody say that. At some point, it was like, all right, look, I'll be cool if we go 2-14 or 2-15. Just let them 2 games be against Green Bay.
And that's it.
God damn.
That's what we was at.
And they can say that all they want, but if that ever actually happened, I feel like they'd still be pissed. I guarantee you, like that 3-win season, if the 3 wins were 2 against Green Bay, I still think they'd be saying, like, nobody looks back at who the losses were when they throw Justin Fields' record in our face.
Yeah,
like they just look at the specific records.
I think with the teams we had, I think people would be okay with 2-14. With this team that we just talked about, with these moves that we just made, no, we know.
We need some more.
Like
we need to
go to the playoffs. We going to the playoffs.
We better?
Absolutely.
We fucking better.
You see,
hold on. Six Ward said, bear down from East Chicago. Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to East Chicago, man. Appreciate you tuning into the Black Bear Podcast. Got my boy Devin.
Thanks for joining us.
Got my boy Wes in the building with me.
Yes, sir.
Catch us every week, man. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut y'all off.
Yeah, no, we in here. But like I said, like that was my contrast to the future narrative of people want to coddle Caleb and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, we was that team that just wanted to beat Green Bay a couple times, and we was okay with it because look what teams we had. You know, I mean, I'm trying to remember who Mitch Trubisky was our quarterback before Justin Fields. Before that, it was. Mitch. You know what I mean? Like, so yes, we would have been satisfied with being Green Bay twice and going 2-14. Yes, yeah. But we didn't have. I mean, when was the last time we had an off season like this? Free agent signings like this.
I mean, I will say last year's free agency was kind of interesting too when we went out and got T.J. Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, like. But that was like the
free agency
the start.
Though. Didn't we trade for them during the season? Was that free agency we traded for them? Oh yeah, we got him in free agency.
Traded for who? Who was that?
T.J. Edwards.
Edmonds and T.J.
Because I remember, like,
those dudes, they were free.
We signed that guy. It was Monday morning, and they were like, "We're announcing T.J. Edwards," and I'm like, "Oh, that's
right
dope.
away." We signed him. I think that was like the first signing of free agency that year.
And he's doing
like 10 o'clock in the morning when free agency opened. We signed him.
Hey man, look,
like this is next level type of shit though.
But I'm just saying that was it. I mean, we still got more off season to go.
Oh,
but I think this will probably be a historical off season for
sure.
the Bears.
Huge turnaround. And we didn't have a terrible year.
Just not sitting back and looking.
I mean, we've been talking about
at least
quarterback.
We the Dallas Cowboys just not doing shit.
That used to be us.
I mean, they haven't signed a single person, and they've lost people this year.
That used to
Like
We've
be
been
us.
talking
their
about
free agency.
the quarterback, but what y'all thinking? So how y'all think this wide receiver room or duo? Let's just say duo. Keenan Allen and DJ Moore stack up against probably our best duo ever. Alshon and Brandon Marshall. How y'all think that stack up to them two dudes?
I
Better,
mean,
worse?
Go, Dad.
I'm a big Brandon Marshall fan. Like
Me too.
when he came
Me
to the
too.
Bears, that was like he at the time he kind of gave me like reminiscence of like Megatron because of how tall he was
Big
and his
body.
wingspan.
Yep.
He could just go up there and catch like anything you threw in the general vicinity. And I kind of get that vibe a little bit from DJ Moore sometimes. Maybe not as big, but like I'm really hoping that this can kind of propel us to having 2,000-yard receiving
Mm-hmm.
wide receivers. Like that would be absolutely amazing, and I think it would kind of help solidify a lot of like calm a lot of people's fears about what's happening going forward with the new quarterback.
What you thinking, Wes? What comparison with the duos?
I think it's better in the sense of I think Brandon Marshall and Alshon, right? I think they were
Mm-hmm.
kind of really they were more similar to each other
They
than
were.
Keenan Allen and DJ is.
Mm-hmm.
So we get
I agree.
that variety in a kind of because I'm thinking about I'm a warrior ward. I'm thinking like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, what if we can't get down the field? What if we need those short passes for him?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the people to catch those? Yeah, Keenan Allen can catch some balls out the middles and be big. Yeah, we got DJ Moore who can catch the ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and still make the 25
And
yard run.
yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? We have, I mean, not, I know we're talking about the receivers, but we got like DeAndre Swift. We got that
Yep.
running back that can, we know. So, like I said, I say I like them better because of the diversity. I wouldn't say as far as just talent comparing them each to each other. I wouldn't
Okay,
say
I feel that.
in
Yep.
that sense. But I do like the diversity that we do get with this duo better than any duo we've had so far.
Right. They complement each other. You
They
get
come, yeah,
you
yeah,
get the
very
zoom,
very
then you get
nicely
the
with the
boom.
zone with everything, and if we need, like we were just talking about, I forgot we were talking about, just that sprint up the field kind of guy,
Yes,
like
sir.
can't catch a hitch route or can't. That's the only thing you got is just running,
Just
running into
fly
Post
routes,
routes
go
and
five,
routes.
shit.
yeah, just go routes. That's all you going with. Like I need, but DJ he can like I said, he can catch it in the backfield. He can catch it up the middle. He can catch it 3 yards and all of these are still potentially 15 to 50 yard plays. The same
That
thing with
reminds me
Keenan
of
Allen.
something.
Yeah.
When I was watching the replays from Keenan Allen, like Keenan Allen's highlights, they had done a trick play where they passed
Oh
over to
yeah.
him, and then he
Mm-hmm.
passed the ball to
He
Mike
threw a
Williams.
touchdown.
Yep.
Williams,
Mm-hmm.
He
the
threw a
guy they just
touchdown.
released,
Yeah, he
and
threw a
he scored a
touchdown.
touchdown. So like he has a 40-yard touchdown in his back pocket.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. He
that's what I'm saying. Like,
definitely do.
Imagine a play like that, like manifesting in front of your
didn't we
eyes.
try to do
Kind of,
something like that last season? Did we do something like that?
we did
I
the
think it did.
Wildcat to DJ Moore, which was very interesting.
I thought we threw it to
To
like DJ Moore for him to throw it or something like that. I
We
forgot.
probably did.
I
We
think we
definitely
We
probably
tried.
probably did. There are a few like random trick plays, but like if we can kind of like have some of that type of stuff in our arsenal, like
We
that would
will
make
though, Devin.
watching the game.
I'm pretty sure we will have that now because of the simple fact we have the people to do it. We have the people that's
Hey,
going to come
you
and
I'm
ain't
work.
lied.
I'm
You
with
Like
ain't
I
you.
lied
said, we
all
tried it.
episode.
We tried it. We tried it. And everybody, I know we hated the bubble screen the most, but it wasn't
Hmm.
the play call that was the worst part. It's when you got players out there that ain't blocking you. Hey, Claypool, you are on national TV,
Oh my
bro. We
gosh.
can see you standing there.
Like we
I mean
literally can though.
I see you not
the
blocking for
the
Darnell Mooney.
the
Like,
screen parts were fine until we hit that Minnesota game where we did like 27
21.
screen plays,
Yeah,
yeah,
27.
it
21
got
screen plays or
excessive.
whatever
It got
like
ex-
that. When the other team can predict exactly what you're doing because you just ran the exact same play before,
yeah,
it feels like you're playing Madden. You just hit that same button and run the same play.
yeah, yeah.
All
I hear
right.
you on that. I hear you on that. But
We
like I
are
said,
pushing a 3-hour
woo,
show.
feel
And
like
we rightfully so, because comments are still coming in.
yeah, we see you. I
Ozzy,
tell you,
this is a
man.
Packer fan. This is the first
People,
Packer fan I've seen in the chat. He said, so with all the teams that need a QB, Justin Fields can't be a starter somewhere. And we was just talking about that.
we just said he
We all
could.
believe he's a starter.
We think he can.
It's just honestly, we all agree, right? We feel like
I think
he'll
he could be.
take
I think he
I
could be
agree.
our starter right now. I
yeah.
think he could be a starter somewhere where everything is. It's the situation of it. I guarantee you. I promise you. If we take Justin career from now, this what is 10-28 or something like that.
Mhm.
We'll take all those stats right now, put them in a bag, and when he retires, we take that bag and compare it. We can divide however you want to chop it up. I guarantee you, he probably is gonna have a better bag over here than he did with us. And like I said before,
Oh, most definitely. That's a
he's
great
gonna
point.
have better ingredients. You know what I'm saying? Numbers don't lie. If you put in a bad product, you give somebody bad things, they can't make good stuff out of it. What they say, polishing a turd or something like that. It can't that kind of stuff. You can't make it. You can't do that kind of stuff, and we can't sit here and act like it was
Oh, I'm
just
clipping this
Justin.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? We can't just act like it was just Justin's fault.
It definitely
Yes, he
wasn't.
could have been better, but uh, a lot of players could have been better. Like we said, I mean, a lot of players could have at least came and played. I keep going back to Claypool because it gets on my nerves. You could have at least came to work.
Man, like I don't know what the fuck. Do y'all Claypool? I don't even mean to derail. Claypool was on the pivot talking about he believe he a top 3
Yeah,
receiver in
top
the league.
receiver. You ain't even a person. We 11 on 10 out there. It might as well playing hockey. Get in the penalty box. Like power play. That's what they had every time he was on the field. The other team had a power play. Because you felt like you deserved something. And that's what I mean about that mentality too, that we don't want in Hallis Hall. Like you're talking this, but you're not doing that. And I don't want Caleb to be talking this and
Yep.
not doing that.
Cause
That's
like
all I'm saying.
I said, them boys gonna see bullshit.
They
They've
gonna
been
see.
doing this. They gonna if Caleb gonna have to earn that locker room, and that
Yes.
is that simple.
That.
As I said, Justin
Azza,
Fields better
Azza,
than
Azza,
Mac Jones. He could have
easy,
started in New England.
easy. I
The
think
only
that's
thing with that is New England got the number 3 pick, and they're
right.
probably gonna take Jaden Daniels or Drake May.
Yep,
Whoever they got the opportunity to take. Whoever Washington don't take, New
that's what they're
England.
going to take. And the fact is, New England know they're not going to be good until
For sure.
2028 anyway.
Hey, I have a question. Did you guys hear? I read something the other day when I was scrolling through Facebook at work. I saw something about the Chiefs thinking that Chase Claypool could be their secret ingredient.
Oh no! Look,
I read that and I'm like, I didn't look into the article because I don't usually uh click on all the articles and stuff, but there's no way that was a legit
Nah,
article, right? Like
it's a lot of
they're
bullshit
smart enough
on
to not
social media.
realize that.
man, look, I don't. I don't come on. Like I said, it's
Yeah.
I'm not down on a lot of things. I'm a very optimistic person, as you can see. Chase Claypool, dude, man. I thought Rex Grossman was the worst bear that I just couldn't stand.
Whoa, really? Super
Yeah,
Bowl Rex? Sexy
yeah,
Rex?
cause the thing about it is like you had one job, man. All you had to do was just hold. You know how you tell your little kid, just hold it, just
Just
hold this
hold it.
while I turn around and grab the other stuff out the car, and your kid drop it on the ground. You like you just had to hold it for 5 seconds while I got the rest of the stuff out the car.
Hey, you might have
That's all
the
Rex had
best
to do.
analogies on YouTube right now for sure.
I'm just saying, bro. But
Absolutely.
call me wrong. But I'm saying all Rex had to do was not. He had to be. Everybody give this whole what's the terminology they say all the talking heads? You know the a game manager or he's not a superstar, great quarterback. He's just a game manager. In 2005 or the 2005 2006, I wish Rex was just a game manager. I wish he just managed the game. Let them defensive boys go out there and do what they had to do, and all that kind of stuff. That's why I'm down on Rex. All you had to do was something really small. Claypool did less than that.
That is for sure. Hey, Claypool. Look, Ari Daniels said Tomlin sees his potential and he's gonna do what we were supposed to develop
Yes.
him under a
I think
QB
he is.
that.
I think he is, and I think they finna snap. And like I said, Wiz Khalifa probably gonna drop another album. It's gonna be great.
Hey,
Uh, it's gonna be awesome. My
all
uncle, a
right.
big Steelers fan, he probably gonna be happy too. I think they're gonna be great. But yeah, man. I don't see, like I said, I seen a bunch of comments. They say, how can we mess this up? All this other kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, you can't mess it up, man.
We can't mess it up. We can't look. We can't fuck this up. Excuse my language, but we can't. Listen, I appreciate everybody who joined us for this
Thank you for
epic
keeping it.
3-hour long podcast. We had some breaking news. I'm glad. Look, it's an honor that we was able to break this news to y'all and
Oh, and
everybody else.
wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? Weren't you saying like I can't wait till the season starts so when we go
This is
live we can
crazy.
get the juice? Man, talk about it. Let's talk
That,
about it.
that was dope. That was actually crazy. I couldn't imagine that we would be live and that news broke while we were live,
Man,
and it happened. But hey, great show, fellas. Wes, Devin,
bring
the
it to you
chat.
first.
We
Yes,
about to
sir.
get up out of here. The Black Bear Podcast. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us
Yes,
on
sir.
YouTube.
Oh yeah, I do want to do one thing before we get up out of here.
Go ahead.
It is National Women's Month, and I
It
do want to
is.
point out that the Bears did make history by hiring Jennifer King as the assistant running
Yes,
back coach, first female head coach for the Bears all time. I love to support all us. Like I said, I'm here for everything Bears and all that. Give her a big shout out. Give the Bears a shout out for being progressive. Dang.
I wish I had a graphic for Jennifer. I ain't even got one for Jennifer. I got one for all them other dudes, but not for
Yeah.
her. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Six Ward said, great show. I heard it here first. You definitely
You
did. And I
heard it
hope to
here
see you
first.
next week when we are live again, Six Ward. We're gonna have more topics, more conversations, more analogies coming y'all way.
Basically, what he said, we're gonna do 3 hours on Caleb Williams. Thank you. That's it. Spoiler. Spoiler. Spoiler.
Hey, that is crazy. Look, I
Nothing else
love
is gonna
Caleb,
matter. Nothing else
but
is gonna
look,
matter.
I
No.
don't look. It's crazy. Look, listen to this though. I don't love Caleb more than I love Justin. I can't. I don't know nothing about Caleb yet.
I don't know.
You sound. It don't sound like that to you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Appreciate y'all tuning in to the Black Bear Podcast. Y'all go get some food. Y'all go have a great rest of y'all Saturday. Enjoy y'all weekend. We out.
We out.
Peace.
Take those.